share play view broadcast
Do you guys
or
see it?
no? You need to do share play first. Yeah.
Do I?
I received an invitation.
Yeah, maybe
Okay,
just
got
use
an
the invitation.
invitation now. Broadcast has stopped. It says.
Broadcast is stopped.
Yeah. I think it takes some time, Rob. Like last time, I had to do it like twice or thrice to be able to see it.
So,
Okay.
so the video is live on YouTube. The link is live, and I think all four of us are audible on that. At least I heard Rob and Samir on that. Uh, but now you guys need to.
You wanna share that link?
No, ideally we want it to be on your TVs, right? No, I can't do share play, and
Well, it's just coming up for me now.
Okay. Sorry, guys. I think if
Good,
you
good.
click on Urgent to watch broadcast.
It was doing that.
How was I able to see this last time? I remember being able to see this last time.
You could see it where on your TV.
TV. Yeah. I was able to watch it on TV.
It's better, right?
So I've got it up on TV, but it's just saying broadcast not in progress.
For me, it's loading. I think the screen's black. Like it's just in the middle of loading. It takes time, I think. I just have to go back and do it again and again. That's why I just do it on mobile.
I've sent the link.
Alright, no, that's from last time. I remember that.
You just have to keep in mind, Arjun, we see the video about with 3-4 second delay.
Yeah, I know. So the thing is, I saw that YouTube is actually showing the video that I see. So when I speak, it's synced perfectly with the YouTube audio and with the video on YouTube. But when the rest of you speak, because you're seeing a 3 second delay, your audio is also 3 second delayed on the YouTube video. So for instance, if let's say a player hits a shot, I'll say immediately great shot, and then your audio, the three of you, would come a few seconds later. So I'll try and not spoil it, and I'll let you guys do most of the commentary then. Yeah, I know. So the thing is, I saw that most of the commentary then. Yeah, I know. So the thing is, what are you doing?
Have you guys been able to get on the broadcast yet?
Not yet.
No, broadcast not in progress.
Yeah, same.
So invite players to broadcast. Let me invite you guys again. James, Rob, Sachin, Samir. I've sent you another link. Let's see if it works. And then you can press the PlayStation button to activate
Broadcast
it.
has been stopped. But I can, if I on the party screen, if I go onto yours and I just hit X on your link line on there, I can just go to watch broadcast. So I shall try that.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been doing that. Nothing happens. Let's try again. It might be Arjun's connection as well. Your Wi-Fi might be bad, Arjun.
No, because I don't think. I don't know. It says that you can't actually broadcast and do share play at the same time. That's what PlayStation's article said. But
I hope it's not like any settings that you need to change in your party settings or something.
yeah, because if I select start share play, it says you cannot do share play while you're broadcasting, which makes sense, right? Because the server is broadcasting to YouTube and not to the PlayStation server where share play is activated for all of you. What about play together? I don't know. I don't think that's the right one. No. Yeah. No. Party settings. Yeah. Yes. Okay. No. So then actually let's try and begin then. Sahir just texted me, so let's try and bring Sahir on board. Give me a second. Let me bring Sahir. Samir, what is Sahir's PlayStation name? Do you know? Sahir, if you're hearing on YouTube, can you type down your name, PlayStation name? So Stephen Roberts is watching, I think. You guys are getting to watch the pre-show, by the way. Show hasn't begun yet. Show begins when Sahir joins. Samir, did you figure out what Sahir's alias is or name is? What is it? Yeah. Oh, friend request received. Oh, okay. He wasn't a friend of mine. Add to friends. Decide later? No, add to friends. Sahir is now your friend. On your phone, you mean? Okay, Sahir should join now. He's been sent the invite.
Oh wow, there's a fucking huge delay on this. It's like 10-15 seconds.
Yeah, I think mobile link might be better.
Yeah, I think I might just do that.
Hey, Sahir, are you here?
You need to have headphones for the mic. You need to have headphones for the mic.
Should we wait for Sahir or no?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna actually start setting up the match. So the two captains today are Rob Jordan for the Rhinos and Samir for the Wolves, and we're gonna play a 5-day test match simulation where we're gonna watch some of the overs and then we're just gonna skip through some of the overs, and the teams are gonna be decided by Samir and Rob, and we're gonna have zero overlap in the two teams.
Rob, I'm really sorry for your loss.
Started chatting very early here. I don't even know when the teams are going out.
Who's making that noise? Is that Sahir?
Yeah, fucking no. It's outrageous. Yes? Shit.
Okay.
You need to get better headphones, man.
Yeah, Sahir.
Or you can change the audio settings to your TV or something in your PlayStation.
Where in the bloody hell?
This is on the controller I'm like.
I'm just gonna see if I can watch it on YouTube.
Ah, you bastard! In my ear.
Okay, so let's select the stadium. Stadium is John Innes. Match type, test match. Start time 2 p.m. Pitch type. Should we select a specific pitch type and pitch hardness?
It's got to be shit and soft, isn't it? That's a
Soft, right?
normal.
So
That's the normal John in
crumbly.
this one.
Alright,
We do
deteriorate.
random maybe. Let
No,
the
let's
coach decide.
okay. Let's do shit and soft, and then the rest of it is random. Weather random. Announcer Jimmy. Umpire 1.
But why are we doing crumbly pitch?
Why not?
It's a 5-day, right?
So we want wickets, right? Because we've seen that.
Let's do it random, I guess. Like let it.
Okay, random. Proceed. So the pitch type came out as dusty. Pitch condition pristine.
Nice. Nice. Is it?
Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
that's-
Samir, what you're doing is you're managing the team on the left. The team on the left is Wolves, and Rob, you're managing the team on the right. So Samir, you can start by selecting your team. This is the 11 that you have already. Okay, I'll let you see it again, and then I'll scroll down and you can see whoever else is available for selection. The only criteria is that this person should have played for the Wolves before. So for instance, Shabir is not eligible.
Okay. And then why is Aniket not playing? I can only see the 11.
Yeah, he's at the bottom, so you can pick him in if you want to replace him with someone.
Can I see who's playing in the 11?
Yeah. So I'm scrolling up. So the 11 so far, or for now, is Gokul, Taha, Raj, Arjun, Gopal, Samir, Sachin, Sahir, Sunil, Ben Thompson, Melvin D'Souza. And Kuldeep
you-
is 12th man.
Add Aniket in replacing of Ben, please.
Oh no. Okay. Okay, and then do you want Kuldeep or no?
The thing Kuldeep hasn't played last year on like a couple of years for Wolves, so there's nobody else to replace, I guess. Everybody else
Okay.
is irreplaceable.
Very good. So I'm going to finalize your lineup if you're happy with this, Samir.
Can I just quickly browse through anybody else who's left at the bottom?
So you've got Kuldeep, you have Alan hasn't played before. Umar Ali, I don't think he's played before, but he's an option if you want. And Shiv.
I do want to make Shiv play.
brave choice to leave out Ben Thompson, Boldwell in the last match.
I want to play Shiv, but I think there's no one else to replace him, so yeah, proceed with
Okay,
this, I guess.
proceed with this. Now we go to Rob. Wait, what did I do?
Right.
Yeah,
So
Rob.
I'm assuming we're going to try and avoid having cross contamination here.
Yes.
The players like Gokul, Arjun, Aniket aren't going to be available for me.
Yes.
Okay, well, I can get rid of them.
What do you want? They aren't here for you anyway, right? So yours is the right one. So you've got Paul. So your 11 is Paul Parmenter, Jack, James, Wagner, James Tamplin, Ben Druitt, Preble, Sam, Rob Jordan, Tom Allen, Matt Cade, Craig Bull.
Right, scroll down for me. There's way too many bowlers in this team. I need to get some batsmen in. So Ben Druitt. Let's see who's not playing for you that I can play. Put Kuldeep in.
Kuldeep hasn't played for Rhinos, so you need to pick someone who's played for the Rhinos.
But why is he in my Rhino setup?
Oh no, this is so. What you're saying is the Merton entire club, right?
Okay.
So this is the entire pool of players, and so Samir has taken 11 of those.
Okay.
So I think the options for you realistically are none of these guys at the bottom.
Like that is like.
Yeah, whose is that? Is
seriously,
that
burning my ear out here?
probably Sahir, right? I'm gonna see if I can kick Sahir. Let me pause this. No, it's not mine. It's coming through my headphones. I think it's Sahir. Because this happened when Sahir joined. Mute audio. Oh, I was able to mute Sahir, and this stopped. That was easy. Okay, so it was clearly Sahir. Okay, so Rob, the only available option for you realistically is Greg.
You really want to have Greg? Think about it.
Actually, for the batting, I'd probably take him.
Yeah, no, put Greg in. I mean, if Greg's not playing for the Wolves, get him in my team, obviously.
So do you want to drop James Preble or Ben Druitt?
It's got to be Druitt.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Preble took too many wickets in the last. As much as I would love to drop James Preble, he took too many wickets. My question is, where is Andrew van der Vaart?
Andrew Van der Vaart, good point. So Tom Allen did not ask me to create Andrew Van der Vaart, so there is no Andrew Van der Vaart on this game. He would have been
Is
here
that
otherwise.
shocking me then?
Let's make
Okay,
Rob
hold on.
Jordan captain. Actually, I don't know how to make someone captain. I'm going to mess it up.
Taha hasn't played for
Tom
the
me.
Rhinos, has he?
Who? Taha? No. And Taha's, I think Taha's in Samir's team.
Oh, is he? Oh, well, I don't think there's anyone else I can
Okay.
change there.
Let's start then.
Pick
By the way,
bowling order
there's
later on,
about...
right?
well, no, do it now if you can. Right. So
Yeah.
I think...
We haven't done it yet.
Well, let's see. Yeah, so Rhinos have Matt Kidd and Tom Allen, and I think Wolves had Sachin and Aniket.
No, I need to pick the bowling order and batting order as well.
Oh wait, now you're making things complicated for me.
Because you forgot to do that.
Okay, so you've got Aniket and Sachin.
Yeah, I want to change that.
Okay, tell me.
Okay, let's see.
Gopal and Sachin to open bowling.
Sorry, I'm just dealing with my microphone settings. Nearly there.
And is this the batting order?
Yeah.
We need to change the batting order as well.
All of this is more complicated than you imagine, actually, right now. Just gonna start again. Right. So tell me quickly, your batting order is?
Yeah, can I open with Taha and Sahir?
Okay.
And then Arjun.
As soon as you started talking, 3 people dropped off the YouTube comments, huh?
Must be your starting again thing.
No.
Because you forgot to change it. And then can I have Gokul?
Yeah, go on. Tell me your 11 quickly. I'll do it.
And put Melvin after Gopal.
Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Who do you want?
And after Melvin, I'll come. And then Raj, and then replace Raj and Gokul. That's it. Swap Raj and Gokul. And
So Gokul 8 again.
Harsh on Gokul. Batted well last time.
he wants to bowl.
Okay. Sunil 9, Aniket 10, Sachin 11.
Put Sachin before Sunil, like replace Sachin and Sunil.
Okay. And your opening bowlers you said are Gopal and
Sachin.
actually I don't think you can change it here, can you? No, I don't think you can change here. So I think you can only change the batting lineup over here. So I'm going to continue with
We
this.
change it in the game. It's okay.
Yeah. So that's sorted for you guys. And we'll just quickly check Rhinos has Greg. Yes, it has Greg. Tom and Matt Kidd are opening the bowling for the Rhinos. And Rob, do you want any changes in the batting lineup?
Switch Greg with Wagner.
Okay. Tamplin 4, Wagner 5, Preble 6, Sam, Egan, Rob, Tom, Matt, and Craig Bull.
And also switch Kid and Tom Allen.
Okay. Craig Bull 11. Shall we go?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So whoever's on YouTube comments, just if you could leave a comment saying that you're watching. Okay, Rob, what do you think about your team? Do you think that your team, which beat the Wolves quite comfortably in the first game, has what it takes to win a test match?
I would say yes. I think we're a little
I
bit
see a lot of
short.
hesitation there, Rob. Right? Let's be
I
honest.
think, yeah, no, I will be honest. I think we have enough to beat you, but I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a very well
I think
fought game.
last time we had a, let's say, an inexperienced captain. I don't know who it was, but like I just won't say any names. But it was
For the
inexperienced.
Wolves, it was you,
Oh
Smith.
my god.
No, it was Arjun.
I have to
Was
restart
Arjun.
this because while doing all of this became a 5-over game.
Talking of inexperience, here you go.
Okay. So we could have just seen who would have won that 5-over game. But yeah,
I
Samir,
apologize
you
to
think
people watching? It's just Arjun, right?
yeah, so maybe this time we'll just do whatever batting lineup we have instead of asking Samir what batting lineup he
What's
wants.
the point then? What's the point of having a captain if you wanna
Realistically,
just do your
there
own
isn't
stuff?
much point
No,
of a
there
captain.
is, there is. I don't want to rely on your batting order.
Okay. So we're going to do a test match starting at 2 and everything else is random. And the
Hi
Wolves
Sunil, hi
batting
Tom, hi
lineup.
Gopal.
The Wolves batting lineup has to bring in Aniket,
Yes.
and that's the only change. Aniket in and Ben out. And then the batting lineup, Sami, just correct me if I've missed anything. So you've got Taha and Sahir opening, then you've got Arjun, then you've got Raj at 4, Gopal, Samir, and then you wanted Gokul at 8,
Yeah.
and Melvin.
Just one change in here.
Yeah,
Melvin
this was it.
goes with up.
Yeah, Melvin 7. So this was your lineup. So I'm
And
finalizing
then
this.
just replace Gokul and Arjun, swap Arjun and Gokul.
So Gokul's at 3, Arjun's at 8.
No, it's okay.
Okay. Okay. So this one's done. And then the Rhinos have Greg in at 3.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then Matt
You'll
Kidd
bowl
and
a
Tom
lot of
Allen.
overs, Sunil. Don't worry. In test
Yeah,
match,
it's a test
spinners
match.
bowl a lot. You'll have a spell with Gokul. I'll give Arjun a bowl as well.
That could be crucial later on. See how many runs he goes for.
Yep, yep.
So Rob, how come you're captaining the Rhinos today when we have Tom Allen on commentary on YouTube?
That's a question for Tom Allen. I think I think he just wants to maintain his 100% win record against the Wolves. He's a bit scared of losing it, so he's looked for someone else.
I think it's corruption, to be honest.
Did you say corruption?
Yeah, like match fixing, I think, probably.
Oh, corruption. Okay.
I mean, there's some strong allegations to throw around. The ICC are going to have to look into these quite deeply, and also we're going to have to see if Samir's smuggling any sandpaper in his underpants.
Yes, thanks, Mike, and welcome
We'll
to you all
find a
at
lot of
home.
stuff there.
I've just been out in the middle taking a good look at conditions. Well, Mike, it
Okay,
might
well,
be
you have
pretty poor
the
now,
11
but
for each
there's
team.
only a
You
chance
have
of light rain
Kuldeep
later on,
as 12th
thankfully.
man for
Thanks for that,
the
James.
Wolves.
This should be a good one.
It's a cold day. It's between 11 and 18 degrees. It's going to be cold for all 5 days. I think the warmest is between 15 and 22 on day 5. cloudy all 5 days.
So
You see the two captains out there right now. The Wolves are in blue, and
I think it's a good call.
the Rhinos have won the toss.
I'd just like to quickly respond to Gopal. No, it wasn't a emotional mistake. It was a forced decision by absence of some key players such as Jordan Randall and Andrew van der Vaart. So some absences in my team made my lineup a little bit different.
And actually, just Rob, question for you. So Jordan Randall's really burst onto the scene this year. How would you evaluate his progress?
I think he has the potential to become the best all-rounder this club has. Honestly, he is one of the most controlled bowlers that we have, as well as the left arm bowling, right arm batting style is just glorious to watch.
That's an emotional reply, I would say. Again.
Okay, and that was the first ball of the test match. Matt Cade steaming in to Sahir Johri, who's opening the batting for the Wolves, taking strike.
That was a good shot, I think. Well played.
Matt starting out with 4 slips.
2 slips, 2 gullies, I believe. But Sahir playing straight, very nice.
It's the only time you'll see Sahir playing straight, to be fair.
That's good
And
cap,
they're
I
off
think.
the mark.
I think last season Sahir played really well in terms of batting. I think he's improved a lot. So I do expect a lot of runs from him.
I mean, Samir, you've touched on it there, but I'm quite interested to see Sahir as your opener. What prompted that change from perhaps steadier batsmen like Gokul or Gopal?
I just want to go on attack, I want to be on front foot and then just go for the attack from the first ball, get a high score in, then do a follow on and then just get this test match done.
So hopefully to a sort of lightning start and then just really pile on the pressure thereafter.
Exactly.
Great shot, 4 more.
So I remember from last week when we had the one-day game, Matt Cade, he was bowling well, but he was bowling a lot of short balls. And today he's bowled 2 short balls as well.
Taha's in good form as well.
So James Tamplin, Gopal has a comment for you. You missed your own performance last week, James, but you were actually very good behind the wicket, taking 2 fantastic catches. So Gopal says it's actually a very big game for you because your performance last week was a fluke. What do you have to say to Gopal on that?
Well, I look forward to catching Gopal when he snicks off first ball, and we'll see what happens.
Interesting comment. In fact, Gopal was the first catch that you took last week, so Gopal does have some strong words for you.
Drives that one onto the onside.
Beautiful shot from Sahir to the new bowler Tom Allen. So 13 people watching. Yeah, 13 people are watching. I think this is the highest that we've had in Merton history so far. I think 12 was the record before this. So I'd love to know who those 13 people are. We have 4 people on commentary. Probably all 4 of them are part of the 13. We do have Tom, Gopal, and Sunil who are watching with us. If there's anyone else who's watching, maybe Stephen Roberts was there, Melvin was there. If Gokul's here, Sahir's here, just leave a comment on YouTube for the rest of us to see.
Good steady batting for now.
Allen's improved some of his delivery as well. A bit of a loose first ball, but the next 2 have been...
Oh, what a lovely shot.
Oh, very well done from Taha there.
So Rob, what do you think, looking at this pitch, what do you think is a good first session score that you want to restrict the Wolves to?
First session, I would like to. I'm not too worried about the score this early on. I just would like at least 2 wickets down. That's the main goal really for the first opening session. 1, 2, 3 wickets down.
Okay, and Samir, what about you? What do you think is a good score?
I'm already thinking like I'm going to declare about 600.
In the first session itself, is it?
That's a bit of an expensive over.
Got it.
Win 'em, none for 12.
I think it'll be a good. I think Rob will call it a success if they got it out at 600.
Okay. Well, let's see how this over goes, and then wow,
Batsman
that's
didn't know where
terrific
that was
ball
going.
from Matt.
Thanks for the advanced commentary, Arjun.
You're welcome.
This Arjun's psychic powers really coming to the fore here.
Absolutely. So we'll see how this over goes, and then we might simulate a few after that.
I didn't really come to the bat. Early on, I think. Played a bit early.
So Samir, you mentioned Sahir's batting improved last season. What do you think caused that? Do you think it was a mental shift in his attitude, or do you think that he's changed his technique?
I think it was much to do with the self-belief and also the right type of opportunity probably given to him. You know, he doesn't like to hold back as well, but you know, if he comes top of the order, he has the freedom to go after the bowlers, and then I think with the right mindset and probably self-belief, I think he had the confidence to do it last season.
End of a good over.
Okay.
Win 'em, none.
So
Half chance there, just popped up in the air to mid-on.
okay. So Neil Simpson says that Samir seems to be whispering. Now either that's his general style, or Samir is a bit soft today. So Samir, maybe.
It's your speaker, Arjun. It's you. Your broadcasting is lacking the technology to really
I
hear me well.
see. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to simulate 5 overs because we've gone 3 overs. The score, just to show you guys the score, it's 12 runs in 3 overs. So we're going to simulate 5 overs now and see what happens. Okay, so we didn't actually simulate all 5 overs because there was a wicket before the 5 overs were completed. So if you saw, we lost the wicket of Sahir already.
Preble getting a bowl early here, really getting the breakthrough.
Yeah, I felt that James Preble really was the match turner last week. You know what they say, shit takes wickets, especially against shit. So I thought I might as well bring him on early, see what happens.
Yeah. Now Arjun's batting, but you know, I spoke to Sahir in the pavilion. What happened? And he just told me he has to wash dishes for his wife, so he had to leave.
Good delivery
So
there.
fair enough.
Had the batsman defending.
3 added in that over. Win 'em.
So you're suggesting James Preble did not actually deserve that wicket then?
Not really. I think that, you know, Sahir just had he had some duties to fill, so he had to go.
Wait, Arjun, are you suggesting that James Preble deserves any wicket?
No, I'm clearly not suggesting that. I don't really remember too many wickets of his.
I think he's one of those sort of cricketers that really plays a better supporting role. Like, good in the field, good capture, you know, really just finishing off other people's hard work rather than generating himself.
That runs to the boundary for 4.
Lovely shot by Taha there.
Yeah, James is also good as a support role in setting up games. So he makes sure that everyone is there on time, everyone is paid their money. So I think that's where he really excels at his role of vice captain. Last year he was vice captain. This year he's been promoted to captain of the 3rd team.
It is odd, actually. Whenever I see James, the first word that comes to mind is just vice. So yeah.
So Samir, what do you think in hindsight now? Sahir made about 10 runs. Do you think that's what you had expected of Sahir, or did you really want some more out of him?
Correction, he made 14. Let's not forget the 4 runs. And, you know, I don't mind. I think, you know, he had to go. I can understand a married life needs a lot of commitment, so it's fine for me. I just want Arjun to kind of play well here. You know, last season, he made some runs, but I expect him to at least make a 50 here, so let's see.
Do you fault your captaincy for sending Sahir at the top when you knew that he had some domestic issues going on?
Not really. I'll take the 14. I'll take the 14 because he's much more reliable than the guy who's batting with Taha right now. I'd rather have the 14 runs to put some pressure and have a partnership of 50 runs before. And sometimes it's luck. It's pure luck.
Okay. And how is your prediction of 600 declaring within the first 30 overs sounding right now?
Still the same. Still the same. We have a very deep batting lineup.
Just looking at the social now, from a comment from our very own Gopal Balakrishnan. He is right. He points out Preble's humanitarian side. He really is very generous with the deliveries he gives to the opposition.
And Prebbles has learned from his captain last year, which is Raj. Raj actually won Fair Play Award for dropping the most number of catches. He gave so many chances to the opposition. So Prebbles learning from the best over there.
1 run there.
Well, a bit wider at the crease there from Preble. It was an interesting variation. Nice to see we have a thinking cricketer.
And I'm actually just seeing on the Associated Press website that he's been nominated for a UNICEF position to be their ambassador, really, to third world cricket clubs.
That's a good bit of fielding for Preble.
And the classic bowling technique of trusting your fielders behind you.
Rob, what do you have to say about this field setup? Prebbles, well, actually, up until this ball, he had a very short, so like a silly mid-off almost. Now he's removed that fielder. But why is James's fielding so attacking?
So the thing with James Preble is what's generally going to happen is he's going to give you a loose ball, so you can't predict what's going to happen in terms of where it's going to go to the boundary, but you can potentially predict a mistimed shot that's going to pop up right next to the bat or bat pad. Those kind of accidental wickets that spinners tend to get.
In other words, James doesn't listen to Rob.
Some fantastic fielding out there in the deep, I think by Wagner.
I've got to say, I've been having a bit of an issue with my bowlers not listening to me today as well. Tom Allen keeps bowling these short balls despite having four men in the slip position. That's better. That's a better line and length.
I think he heard you.
So, Rob, just in terms of your captaincy philosophy, is this a sort of positive encouragement sort of day, or is it a really just sort of, effing and jeffing and really just getting them going through fear?
For the minute, things are going my way. I would like to say it's a positive environment on the field, a lot of banter, but a few more looseners, and it will become a hat throwing kind of day.
Oh, you predicted the future, Rob. Like, well done.
Rob, one thing was that in the game last week, James Preble was actually man of the match. He picked up 3 very crucial wickets of the middle order. He really stunted the performance of the Wolves in the middle order. He's picked up 1 wicket here today as well. What is your expectation in both innings of James? Do you feel like he's going to be your most crucial bowler today?
In terms of wickets, I do believe he's going to be that's a very good shot. I will give that to Arjun Kiswani. Mr. Kiswani with a very good back foot cover drive, it looked like.
Thank you very much.
My expectation of him is to take wickets, really. I'm not looking at economy rate or anything like that. It's more to do with I'm expecting at least 6 to 7 wickets throughout the game.
You will, Rob. I think you'll get 6 wickets at 600. I assure you that.
It's a very big talk for a man going at 4 runs, 4.5 and over, and having lost a wicket already. It's just, no, I'm very impressed with the positive attitude of my opponent.
Expansive sweep there.
James Tamplin, I have a question for you. So, James Preble is the premium off spinner for the Rhinos, whereas the premium off spinner for the Wolves is our very own Sunil Mudaliar. How do you compare the two as off-spin bowlers for their teams?
Didn't play that last ball well at all.
Well, it really is a question of situational bowling. Preble is very much a charity bowler. where the opposition are about 8 down and about 200 behind, and you really bring him on just to either clean up the tail or to really make them feel better. Sunil is more of your front line attacking off spinner. He can quite happily hold up an end. He's been known for holding his end up, at least by his wife. Or his mistress, I forget which one's which. And then, beyond that, he really can be relied on to turn the screws and put the pressure on.
Shouts all around. It's not out, but sure look close.
Oh, that was luck, Keswani.
Are they going to review it?
I think it might have been going just over the top there. Looked like it was bouncing quite high on a normally low merchant wicket.
See the attacking fielding first, and like a lot of confidence with James.
Now on 10.
Okay, 11 overs done. You guys are going to see a little blip on your screens right now because I've received message from our very own Sahir saying that he's online right now. So let's see if we want to bring him back.
I can hear the screen.
We can indeed. We'll give him a chance.
Thank God we are batting first, so I hope he arrives in the next couple of hours. It's your goal.
Well, the reason for that, Samir, is that Sunil and I are very good eaters of biryani in the morning. So Sunil and I, every morning before the league games, 11 a.m., we would go to Dawat in Tooting, which is very close to where this ground is right now, and we'd have a nice big biryani, maybe a naan with some curry, because we didn't really expect much of the awaities that we had last year. So I think that's what Sunil's up to right now.
That's edge.
Okay, good to know.
A loud appeal.
So, Sahir, are you here?
Umpire totally ignored that appeal.
Oh, that's a great ball by Craig Ball. I think it's just hit him outside the off stump though.
It looks like conditions would really suit the lead here. Bit of cloud cover, mountains in the background, providing a good set of conditions for swing, I think.
Oh, don't talk about the mountains while Gopal's in here.
Perfectly straight bat.
I'm pretty much having my eardrum burnt out at this point.
Same here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and kick Sahir out of this and then see if I can invite him again to this. Sahir, if you can hear us, which I think you can, try and exit the party and then I'll invite you again. Because I don't know how to kick you out of the party.
And you can go like TV speakers rather than your headphones.
Sahir left, okay.
That's a very good block.
Okay, sorry then. I'm going to have to pause it again while I invite Sahir
54.
back. Let me very quickly do that. Invite player.
That's quite ambitious, I would say. Good confidence.
Yeah, I do have every confidence that I won't be as bad as I was last time. That's about the only confidence I have in my ability.
Okay, so we have Sahir back. Sahir, are you here?
It takes the single.
I think with that sound, I think he's saying hi.
Is that Urdu?
Oh God, don't talk to me about Urdu. I made that mistake before.
Plays this nicely into the covers.
Samir, would you mind maybe
Just the
giving
single.
Sahir a quick call and walking him through the issue that he might be having? Maybe he doesn't need a headphone. Maybe he can just talk into his PlayStation controller.
Sure enough. I'll leave Gokul in charge of the team while I go and sort this out.
Okay, I mean we're batting anyway, so you don't need a captain, so that's fine.
No, we need, like, especially when you're batting.
Got
Don't
it.
interrupt me.
I mean, to be fair, you're not losing out much by losing Samir, both captain-wise and just player-wise, you know.
So Samir, actually, I consider Samir very much the way James Tamplin described James Preble as a bowler. I think Samir is very similar as a captain. He's a charity captain. He hasn't had too much of a chance to be a captain, but he has that capacity in him. So we want to give him a chance today and see how he can perform. We've also given kind of a debut to Rob Jordan as a captain. Rob Jordan obviously has ambitions of being a big captain, a big player for Merton in the coming years. So this is a very big game for him to have his captaincy debut in.
Actually, Rob Jordan, question for you. I know that outside of the commentary game on the cricket pitch itself, you were looking to be a captain IRL, but that went by the wayside. Oh, hang on, we have a wicket. Kiswani's out. Well, he picks up his first wicket, edged straight through to me.
I think Gopal's officially biting his tongue, and that's all a part of the plan. I know that Arjun Kiswani he struggles on his legs, so give him anything around hip height on his legs, he really can't get it away nicely.
That's right. Of all the bowlers I've faced in Merton, I think Craig is one of the toughest. He's so accurate and he just swings it in. Well, we have Raj walking in though, so all is not lost. Beautiful Raj.
Another run added, that'll be handy.
The eagle-eared amongst you can probably hear the technical discussion going on between our technical director Sunil Rana and on-screen talent Sahir Jory.
So we do have a comment from Gopal saying that the YouTube comments aren't appearing in the PS4 stream, but they are appearing on YouTube.
Okay.
So we have a question from Sunil saying, who is the umpire? Is the umpire Philip? We have Phil Palmer umpiring today.
No, we couldn't actually get Phil today. I think he was busy. There was some other league game going on. So we had to settle for Billy Bowden and Aleem Dar, who are umpiring today.
Oh, and we can say welcome to Dave Barber in the chat. Good to see him here.
Question from James Wagner. James Wagner is asking a question on WhatsApp. So his question is, maybe starting with Rob. Question is, what is your favorite Merton away fixture and why?
Oh, favorite Merton away fixture. I think Tom Allen will. I thought it was a run-out chance. Sorry, my screen's off track there. Sorry, I'm trying to remember the name of it. James Templin, I think you might have played that game. Where...
What
the big thing I remember was being bought a pitcher of beer at the end of the game by the opposing captain, who was very hungover. That is the epitome of the game that I remember. But I remember it was just a very entertaining game. We were able to have the banter on field without anyone getting upset.
We were playing in Dulwich, and so they had a bar there, and we ended up watching the match. We had some quality banter in the field. The tea was good, and it was just such a fantastic day. And I would say that was really one of my best away days. So over to Dulwich.
Arjun, what would you say has been your favourite away fixture?
Well, if I would consider the Wolves' first season, when we were actually known as the Pirates, this was in 2017, if I'm not mistaken. So the Wolves' home ground was actually just close to John Innes. And we didn't really get the chance to play on the John Innes main home ground. That's where Neil's team, which was not called the Boars, I think they had another name at that time, and Tom's team was. In fact, it was James Prebles' team at that time was playing, and James's team was called the Lions. We had a very strong Lions team. We had Nicole and Greg play for them. We had James Tamplin, we had James Wagner, we had Andrew, we had Andrew Suggett, we had Paul Parmenter, and they took on a fantastic Pirates team. The Pirates batted first, and I remember that we scored 265 in 40 overs, and then James's team had to chase that down, but I believe they scored about 65 or 70, and they were all out for about 70 runs. So I consider that one of my favorite games, away games.
Very insightful answers. I'm sure many a game each of us remember for many different reasons.
This really does evoke memories of Lagan. Quite surprised that the Wolves team have moved away from that delightful uniform they were sporting in the last game. Is this their test outfit, or is it just a change of scenery?
Yeah, so this is actually the test outfit, exactly. Last time was a Lagan outfit. That was an opening game against the big bad 1980s team of the Rhinos. We do have 7 or 8 outfits actually. We also have an old school test match outfit, pure whites, very Don Bradman style. So maybe we see that in a future iteration of the game. What do we think? We're missing Samir in commentary. Perhaps after this one, we should try and simulate another 5 overs. Let's see if Taha can get to his 50 while that happens.
Another run taken.
Okay, so now we are in the simulation mode. Once again, we're going to simulate 5 overs. Once again, let's have a quick look at the score. 17 overs done, 77 for 2. Taha not out on 41, and we've lost 2 quick wickets with Sahir and Arjun going out with just the first half of the first session completed. So Raj is batting with Taha. We're going to simulate 5 overs and see what happens.
While the simulation is going on, we have a question from Gopal asking, again, why do we have mountains in the background?
Is the new batsman?
So this game actually, this ground is called John Innes Rec. And apparently John Innes Rec does have these gigantic mountains in the
We've
background.
had a wicket go down.
Yep, we have. So let's have a quick look at the scoreboard after this one.
Wynnum keeping the score ticking over.
So Rob, what do you think? The Wolves have lost Taha for 45. Taha seemed to be one of the strongest batsmen.
What happened?
Yeah, as soon as you've returned, apparently you've lost your opening batsman.
No,
Taha.
while I was away, I think you lost 2 wickets. Gokul has lost 2 wickets. So I need to come and steady the team now. This is why you need a captain, Arjun.
Right. Samir, what do you think about the bowling performance so far from Rob's team? So you can see on your screen there's 5 bowlers that have bowled so far. A wicket apiece for Craig, James, and Matt Kidd.
I think credit is due where it's due. I think I need to say it in one word, and that's they're lucky.
Magnanimous as always.
Rob, what do you think? What is the tactic to get Raj Chandra out? Because Raj is, as you know, one of the strongest hitters, and he can hit those big sixes straight over cover with his back foot, front foot shots. What is your tactic for him?
To be honest, I think where I'm more worried is the running between the wickets. I have there's lots of
So close.
rumors about the super fast Raj,
Mistimed
so
enough to miss entirely.
I'm kind of trying to keep everyone on their
It's
toes,
knocked
everyone
out,
in,
but sure looks
to
close.
cut down the amount of.
Yeah, I do
We've got a
feel
chance
Raj.
here.
Yeah,
Are they
Raj
going to
is
reveal it?
probably not. I think Raj looks a bit stressed because he's not playing his natural game, so he's not jumping while playing a shot.
Interestingly enough, because Raj's first two deliveries that he faced in the one day or last week, he did hit his first shot, jump shot, straight for four down the ground, and his second shot as well, straight for four towards point. So he does have those jump shots in him, but it's a good observation from Samir that he hasn't done that yet so far. He's playing way more steadily than we're used to seeing from the real Raj.
I think what I'm more worried about is running between the wicket, being the other person at the non-striker end, Gopal. I think they need to kind of hear each other to kind of run.
And are you suggesting that Gopal is not in a position to hear Raj well?
And the batsman moves on to
That's not what I'm saying, Arjun. That's very mean.
Steady over there.
What I was trying to say is they need to just communicate better than signal and then take the lead.
My apologies.
Now,
I
Rob,
did
just
see-
looking at your
And it
pitch
goes
map
through
just
to the
there,
keeper.
not so many on the stumps, just really focusing outside of there. Can you talk us through the tactics?
Yes, I will say so. The Wolves have a reputation of being a team who like to play their shots. There's no real patience to any of their game, so I've thought the best tactic really would be to try and draw them out of their shells, make them play the rash shot,
Mistimed
which
that one.
they're well known for, and get them caught either in the slips or in the covers.
Good thinking. Let's see how it goes. Oh, that is an expansive.
Arjun, I think,
blast
are you
there.
controlling Gopal? Like, I just what I'm worried about.
Yeah, I'm also worried about that actually.
You might want to simulate maybe 5 overs or something.
Yeah, I will actually.
That has to hurt.
That was not It's an ugly shot, my word.
As you can see, I'm good at simulating games, probably not as good at playing them.
That's not really like Gopal shots, I would say.
Right, let's simulate. Let's do 5 more overs. Gopal's on 0. Gopal did play well last game, I think, until there was that fantastic catch from James Tamplin. So let's see what Gopal can do. Can he score a 50 here today? So let's simulate 5 overs. Well, let's simulate 10 overs then. Okay, we've
Gopal is...
Someone's not well.
Gopal playing the only patient innings of the entire game so far. He's heard my sledging and he's taken a bit to heart.
Right, so Craig's back into the attack. He's
Oh, that bump ball.
Oh, the bump ball! I definitely thought it was a catch as well.
yeah. I was
You
trying to
have to pay
distract.
the umpire. Make sure you pay the umpire for these kind of calls.
So the umpire is Aleem Dar.
They
So
get 3.
I don't think he's into that kind of stuff, Samir. I think he's as ethical as they come.
Is it Aleem Dar?
It is Aleem Dar indeed. Square leg umpire is Billy Bowden.
I wanted umpire as our own Aleem.
So
117 for 3. I'm not really worried about the run rate at the moment. The runs at the moment. It's a decent score for me.
So
You are
Samir,
483 behind where you wanted to be at this stage.
that is
Is
correct.
that not slightly worrying?
As I think Gopal's showing you, James, you need to be patient. Give Gopal 300 balls more, and he'll be 110.
Okay. And I think this should be the end of the first session. This is 30 overs done, 119 for 3. We have Raj and Gopal still on strike, and yes, it is actually. We see the two batsmen walking back for lunch right now.
Where Sunil is already sitting there having biryani. I think now, Sunil, you need to give up that. You need to share that now.
So let's have a quick look at the scorecard.
Sunil's having biryani about 3 miles away. Still
He
in
is
traffic.
So let's have a quick look at the scorecard. We've seen the fall of 3 wickets so far. Sahir, who's
morning,
just
guys.
joined. There he is, Sahir.
Hey.
You mentioned his name, and Sahir is here. So Sahir, we've lost 3 wickets. I was just saying we've lost 3 wickets. The Wolves. We've lost yourself for 14, myself for 14, and Taha for 45. Not such a great performance from either of us, although Taha has been doing so well, and Raj is continuing to support the Wolves for now. So welcome here, Sahir. This is the first session as a commentator at the La Corona Cup. What is your expectation of the second session of the day, Sahir? What do you think is going to happen?
Right, first of all, thank you guys for making me part of this commentary team. And apologies for the delay. There was some technical issue with the microphone. Now it's all working fine. Yes, I am very much excited to see this test and see how Rob's team performed and Samir's team perform. So yeah, as excited as everyone over here.
Right, but the question was, what is your expectation of the second session? We're at 120 for 3, the Wolves. Do you think that that Rob's team would get maybe 2 or 3 more wickets, or do you think that perhaps the Wolves score 100 runs and don't even lose a single wicket?
I think the batsmen we got on the pitch right now, Gopal and Raj, they look quite solid as of now. Raj looks very solid. He scored 32 or 50 balls, which is pretty good. And he's playing decent shots. So I think Rob won't get a wicket. We hope that Rob doesn't get any wicket for the next 10 overs, and then we'll be in a better shape.
Right. When you're talking about shape and Raj looking solid, can you tell me what you really mean?
That means he has scored 33 runs. And I don't worry where you're going in that comment. But yeah, I mean, like, he's playing good shots, and he's a fair batsman. I mean, when I say fair, that means really, the way he plays, not the way he looks.
He's a well-rounded player.
He is.
Oh man, Raj.
Let's hope Raj is not here on YouTube reading comments or watching this video.
No, Raj has been busy since Black Friday. He keeps saying it's peak time at Amazon.
I think Raj has given you a reply by scoring a 4.
Rob, you do have 6 bowlers in your attack. You've used 5 of them so far. So you've used Craig, you've used yourself, you've used Tom, you've used Matt, and you've used James. However, you haven't yet brought into the attack Sam Egan. Is there a reason why you're holding him back?
So Sam Egan for me is a bowler I want to be using in a stage where the ball is old, so it's not moving in the air. We've got a lot of players who move the ball very well in the air, like myself, Bully, Alan, and Kids. We're all movers of the ball, whereas Sam Egan really comes in and hits the deck hard. So I'm waiting to see when and if the ball stops moving to bring him in to inject a bit of pace and ferocity into the attack.
As an outsider, I think that someone like Raj would actually worry facing someone like Sam Egan, who's bowling right up in his nose. I don't think Raj likes that kind of bowling.
No, I don't think so. I think Raj is very good with pace bowlers. He struggles with spinners.
I agree.
Well, your answer, I've given you your answer right now. Arjun, you have your response?
So my
33rd over.
captain My opposition captain listens to commentators and changes his bowling order. Quite surprising.
No, this is my plan. Around 30 overs, I wanted. Did you not listen to my explanation? The ball stopped swinging. It's around 30 overs. You need to clean the nonsense out of your ears, Samir. What's going on?
Super short and straight ball from Sam.
Great shot.
Good shot, Gopal.
Skipper, I'm not sure you're really backing him up with the field here. He's going to be doing the short stuff.
I didn't ask him to do short stuff. I asked him to be quick.
That's typical Sam in bowling.
Ooh, there was a single there. I think they should have run one.
I think they will speak about it. They're still trying to speak about it.
Well, Sam has come in and bowled 4 really short and straight ones. I think he's trying to use that bouncer to his advantage. Doesn't seem to be working so far against Gopal, who's faced him for 4 balls and hit him for 5. But let's see how Raj does against Sam.
I'm backing Raj. Come on, Raj.
Well, that was a
Nice
full
one,
ball,
Raj.
so that was a change up from Sam Egan. Let's see if this one's gonna be a stinking bouncer.
An interesting
And that
fact,
carries
Raj is the
through for
tallest
keeper.
person in the whole club.
Is that before or after he jumps?
A good one for the batting side.
While he
Winner,
jumps.
3 for 132.
Yeah, look at that pitch map from Sam Egan. You can see all 5 of them. Oh well, 5 of them really short balls bouncing well above the batsman's height.
Seems to have misjudged
Well, it's
that
the
one.
end of the over. I'm going to step back for a second, and I shall be back with you shortly.
Good luck, James.
Correct, bowlers back into the attack. Perhaps we
simulate
should exactly. Perhaps we should take some simulations after this, at the end of this over. Well, let's do it at the end of the over. Rob, is there a reason why James Preble hasn't come back into the attack? He started off quite well. In fact, I think he bowled in the first 10 or 15 overs, but he hasn't done much after that.
I like holding him back as a bit of surprise tactic when people are least expecting it, because it's then a bowler you're not expecting, bowling balls you're not expecting. So it's nice to have an element of surprise.
I think even James gets surprised.
I think James gets surprised when he runs down the right pitch.
James bowling spin or pace in this game.
James is a spinner. James is the premium off spinner for the Rhinos, and Sunil is the premium off spinner for.
That's 50 for these
Wolves.
two. This has been a solid performance.
I think,
Who
let's
else
be
do you-
honest,
Be happy
I
with
think
that
James just
over.
throws the ball and sees if it spins or not.
50-run partnership from these two. Very well batted after a loss of the first 3 wickets. There were initial question marks on whether Raj would make the team over here. Some were calling for Kuldeep Kumar to be playing, but then Samir made a very gritty decision and decided that Raj deserves to play this game, and Raj is fulfilling the faith that Samir has shown him.
Yeah, I think Raj is more of balls than Kuldeep. I mean, Kuldeep has played 1 or 2 games, but Raj has been consistent last year and the year
Absolutely.
before. So yeah, deserves to be here.
Okay, so we are on the simulation screen right now. Raj is batting at 39 not out. Gopal is batting on 20 not out. Very steady from Gopal. And 134 for 3. And let's simulate 5 overs or the fall of a wicket and see what happens. Okay, let's go back in there, because what
Rana
it
ready
is-
to face their first.
that Raj has continued to get to his 50. However,
Oh yeah.
there is a loss of a wicket in Gopal. So let's quickly have a look at the score. So Gopal was clean bowled by James Preble. I'll say it again.
Oh no.
Gopal was clean bowled by James Preble for 23 runs.
I think we
See,
won't see
it's all
Gopal
about the
in
element of
the
surprise.
comments. Yeah, I want to hear Gopal thoughts on that, like in the comments. What
I think
happened?
Gopal's becoming James's bunny a bit. This is the second time he's gotten him out now.
That's right. James 2 for 44. Matt Kidd just the 5 overs, so Matt 1 for 11. Craig Bowles been bowling quite a lot in these middle overs. 1 for 32. He got the wicket of myself, Arjun, and Sam Egan taken out of the attack, I believe, after 3 overs.
Ball.
And the new batsman at number 6 is Samir Rana himself, the captain of the Wolves today. And James Preble, former captain of the Rhinos, is bowling to Samir Rana with his offspin.
I thought
Happened a couple of times, huh?
Yeah, looks like.
I'm glad Aleem is the umpire.
One more to the score.
I'm just going to change some settings.
The fielders are after this.
Glorious shot from Raj. So I've just gotten rid of the comments on the side because apparently it hasn't been loading for
That's a
the last
solid
few
two.
minutes. So let's see if it loads if I pull it up again. Oh, was that a jump shot from Raj?
Another run added.
Almost, I would say, half a jump.
Playing very well. Rajchandra. Beautiful ground with mountains in the background. It's good.
I think those are Surrey Hills, I
And
would
that's
say.
the end of the
Surrey
over.
Hills. Aggression going on there.
And 3 for 1.
No, it doesn't look like comments seem to be loading on the side.
Why is that?
Probably nobody's watching
No, they are. I can see the comments on the YouTube link.
on YouTube.
So
Okay.
last comment was from
Yeah, there's
Gopal
14.
saying prevalent simulation where it is.
Oh yes, you're right. Right.
They're not loading on the side.
There's 14 people watching, but for some reason it isn't loading on the screen. So maybe I'll remove it again from the screen at the end of the over. But in any case, Samir Rana is batting over there, and he's only scored 1, but he's played 6 balls. It's not really known for Samir to take too much time, so I would expect Samir in the next few balls actually just steps out and goes for it.
Not really, I think. Arjun, my aim for this game is net practice, so I just want to defense and practice my defense. It's not about scoring high for me.
Okay. Samir, is there a reason why you are batting at 6 and Gokul is batting at 8 today? Don't you think Gokul is a good batsman who deserves to bat higher?
Let's check the time,
End of
Arjun.
the
It's
over,
3 o'clock. It's not really
one
off peak
run
at the moment.
Winner, 4 for
But I think he's
162.
having lunch as well. It's lunchtime.
Exactly.
Lunchtime.
We need to kind of be ready for the off peak time for him to come arrive.
It's good to see Dave Barber still here. I'm just trying to figure out what kind of beer he's drinking today, or is it just a cider? That's my question for Dave Barber. If you can let us know what kind of beer are you drinking today. And then I have a question for Samir. Samir, if Preble, if it was simulation Preble, do you think he would have 1,000 Merton runs yet?
The one he concedes or one he makes?
Makes. No, we're talking about simulation Preble. Simulation Preble seems to be an outrageously good cricket player. So
Yeah. I think
disappointed. I haven't seen James Preble in the comments today yet.
I think he practices his banters, probably runs through them a couple of friends before he kind of shares them in the group. So he must be doing his research.
Well, I'm just going to send him a message to see if James is going to join us.
And an update for anyone interested in Dave Barber, the beer he is drinking today is Vocation Life and Death. So one of my highlights of the lockdown has been keeping up with Dave Barber's drinking schedule.
Bit expensive in that over.
That is a quality shot.
For 168.
Yep.
Rob, what do you think you're going to do about Raj over here? Because he's the highest scorer. He's made 68. He's not out. He is looking really solid. Do you think you need to bring on Greg for a bowl?
When I need to bring on Greg for a bowl is when we're 700 runs ahead, because then I'm still looking to lose the game. So anytime Greg's going to be coming on for a bowl.
Understood. So are you suggesting that you may even bring on someone like Jack Ailing or Paul Palmer for a bowl before you bring on Greg?
I would definitely bring on Paul Palmer before Greg.
And I noticed that you've very quietly left out Jack Ailing from that answer. So if you did need to bring on Jack Ailing, what would you do?
If I needed to bring on Jack Ailing, I would attempt to cut James Templeton in half and pass him off as Jack Ailing.
Okay, so hopefully it doesn't come to that, because James Tamplin has been an outstanding wicketkeeper in this tournament so far.
Yes, so that's very last option here.
So a question was posed by our commentators to our very own James Prebbles, and where is James Prebble? So I got in touch with James Prebble actually over the last few seconds, and James Prebble got back to me, and James Prebble has sent me an image of a marathon run that he's actually completed. James Prebble, marathon, holy hell, that was insane. 2.5 liters of fluids and espresso and a pack of jelly babies. Anxiety and HS.
I'm very proud of James. I think he does really well. Although he takes a Uber marathon, he does really well though. We should be proud of him.
Yeah, he seems to have taken his Uber all around Wimbledon, Richmond Park, Kingston, gone all the way to Hounslow, then Chiswick and Hammersmith. So he's met pretty much all of you, and he's got back. His image says that his Uber has lost 3,300 calories and had an average heart rate of 144. So well done, Uber.
And a question there for like Dave Barber. He just, I think, in the comments mentioned the beer he's drinking. To me, it more sounds like a cough drop, though. Like, is it really a cough drop?
I haven't heard of that one before.
It's a very, very pertinent question, actually.
Yeah. I definitely think it's a cough drop. He's drinking it like a beer. I think after this over, we can simulate some overs.
Yeah, I think that's a very good idea there.
End of the over, and again it's a good one.
Okay,
for the
so let's
bowling
simulate
side.
now. Let's do 10 overs and see, because Samir Rana hasn't been really doing much.
No, I am doing a lot.
Oh,
to be honest.
okay.
Practicing my defense is the aim here. So Dave's confirmed it's not a beer, it's a cough drop.
Do you have a question for Arjun from my side? This season, if and when this season does manage to start, will you be focusing on your
moves
batting,
to
your bowling, or
6.
your keeping this season?
Oh, I will be focusing on my batting and my bowling and my keeping this season. That's right.
Okay, so it's going to be all three.
Yes,
Okay, good.
as
That's
always.
good. That's good to know.
Okay, we're in the simulation screen right now. 72 not out for Raj, almost a run a ball. 6 not out for Samir, and we're actually going to simulate 10 overs this time. That'll take us to over 53 overs unless there is a wicket, in which case the simulation is going to stop. So let us simulate. And it looks like we were only able to play about 5 overs before we unfortunately saw the back end of Raj Chandra. So Raj Chandra is out for 88 runs, a fantastic score, the
Big
highest
wicket,
score.
Arden.
Highest score, and he was clean bowled by Craig Bull.
Well done, Raj.
Yeah,
So-
that's a very, very worthy score there from Raj.
Great job, Captain Raj.
Absolutely. So Captain Samir actually is still on strike, 10 not out, and the new batsman Melvin comes out of the crease, and I'm going to simulate 5 overs before we go back to Melvin.
About to face
Wait,
their
Arjun,
first
wait,
ball.
wait. Now
Oh,
you
we
can
didn't
see.
even get to see him.
Yeah, unfortunately that's the end of Melvin. Melvin, I asked him where he is today, and he says he's gone for some shopping out in South Hall. So he wasn't able to do much today.
Good shot.
I hope he
Not
told me
wasting any
before
time
his
here.
shopping plans.
2 wickets in a row.
Oh, another wicket for
Disappointed
Craig
with
Bull.
that.
Go
Really
cool,
should have
first
made
bowler.
Oh, that's a duck walk later on.
Gokul, what have you done? I know the biryani
Gokul's
was.
been very unimpressed with where he's been batting recently.
I think I would blame it too. I will blame it on Sunil because I think Gokul smelled the biryani and it was just in his mind there. It distracted him.
Coming in now to bowl a hat-trick ball.
So this is a hat-trick ball for Craig. He's picked up 4 wickets.
Bull has had quite a good over
But if you
there.
ever wanted anyone facing a hat-trick ball on the other end, it's Sachin Kapoor. Absolutely solid defense from Sachin. It's never going to get him out.
Very smart batting there from Sachin.
Big
With
edge.
with the captain on the other side, seeming to play
That's got to
for
be close.
average rather than for the team.
Umpire not interested. A thick edge on that last delivery.
Samir,
Can
what's
the
your thoughts
bowler
right now?
force
Because
another mistake from
there's
the
3
batsman
quick
now?
wickets that have fallen. It's Gokul, Melvin, and I forget who the other one was.
Raj.
Raj, yes. So the complexion of this game has changed. And at 212
Not really for
second-
me. I think we're still aiming for 600 in the both innings combined.
That's changed from early on. That's changed from early on.
Rana now on 22.
It's unfortunate, right? Melvin had some shopping to do. Gokul had to eat biryani, and Raj obviously did really well.
He got tired.
So if you guys remember last game, the ODI
2
game,
runs out of
the
there.
Wolves were struggling in the last 6 or 7 overs. They had almost lost 9 wickets, if I remember correctly, until Sachin was the one who scored a fantastic 50, coming in at number 9 or 10, even then. So do you think he's going to be able to do something similar right now? Really show
The last
why
ball was
he
a
is
lucky one for the
the
bowler.
coach
Found the edge,
of the Wolves
albeit
batting?
a thick one, but just didn't fall the right way.
Yeah, definitely. I do expect him to kind of steady on the innings now. I'm hoping for a big score from Sachin today.
That's a good boundary.
Yeah, I think he's got full capacity to score more than 50 as well. Why not?
Look at that shot. Amazing. Yeah.
If Sachin's such a good batsman and he's a coach, why has he not had a chance to bat and really show his batting prowess? He was captain last year and he was sending himself at number 10 or 11, yet he had an average of close to 30, if I remember correctly.
That's the question for Sachin, Arjun.
or Greg or Arjun.
Do you want
Projecting
to
the
answer that, Arjun?
I have no answer because Sachin obviously is my captain, and I listen to what my captain says. And if my captain says that he bats at 11, then he bats at 11.
We'll have to double check that with Sachin.
Sahir, maybe this is an interesting question for you to answer. You've got two really good batsmen on the crease, Sachin and Samir. Who do you think is going to
Yes.
get out next?
Well, I mean, based on what? Based on the real cricket, I think. I mean, I don't want to,
This is
but I
real
think
cricket.
Samir will
Just
get
want
out.
to clarify. This is very real.
I mean, based on the batting performance, batting style, it looks like, which I don't want to. I think Samir will get out first, which I don't want to, because Samir is like more like a active player, aggressive player as compared to Sachin. Sachin is more safe player. Like he see the ball and then he defends. He doesn't play random shots. He just got few shot selection, whereas Samir's got more
Edges
shot
it.
selection. And when you have more shot
The
selection, then
last
you're more
delivery
prone
looks
to get
so
out.
close to being a wicket.
Right, very good
How
answer.
will the
So what
bowler
you're saying
follow
is that
up now?
Samir basically just plays some random
analysis.
shots and he'll just hit the ball wherever he
Yes, because
can.
Samir has got more capacity to play, and he's got more
The
confidence
batsmen
in
have been
playing
kept relatively
any
quiet here.
shots. And
Another
when you
good
play more
over
shots,
comes to an end.
you open the barrier of getting you out more. So Samir, I believe.
Well
Okay.
said.
Well, we have Craig Bull continuing. No, actually we
Rob
don't.
Jordan.
We have Rob Jordan. So
You should have seen the hair.
yes, actually. So Craig, after his fantastic over, was taken out of the attack, was he?
Craig bowled the last over.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
dude, keep up. Goodness gracious.
I was hoping someone would correct me.
It's the age, I think.
It is
Age
the
playing
age.
up
It is
Arjun.
the age.
And that's two.
And I think Arjun, in regard to your question about Sachin's batting, he's been an amazing batsman since season one, not just now, and even the last season as well. He batted at various numbers. He played at number 4, number 5, number 10, and I agree number 11 sometime as well. And yeah, he should bat up in middle order sometimes. And I mean, it's based on situation as well.
There's a question for the commentary team in the comments.
Can you say the question, Samir?
Let me see if I know English.
Plays a
Let me
straight
try.
bat on that.
Is Rob Jordan over bowling himself?
Rob, I think that's a question for you, but that's a question that's really on all of our minds. We just didn't have the courage to ask that question.
I would say not, considering the run rate as well as the number of overs. Craig Ball, James Preble have both bowled more overs as Tom Allen. So I would say I've bowled a fairly decent
Wynnum, 7 for
number of overs.
25. Has been going
Didn't
well
Just
sound
while
like
you
here.
were speaking, there was a slightly
Comes back
tired
on.
delivery that was pulled cleanly for 4. Is that something that makes you reevaluate matters?
No, I was trying to give a bit of a surprise ball, but Sachin just outsmarted me in that one ball.
Should we simulate Arjun?
I fear that if I do go to simulation mode, then we will see the back of Samir Rana. So I don't know if that's a good thing. Do we feel that you can last?
I like your superstitions, though. It's still the age thing, I think.
So Samir, would you be happy with a score of 300? Because let's assume that you score another 300 in the second innings, it's 600
Plays that shot
across the game. Is
defensively.
300 really in the first innings on the first day? Is that good enough?
I don't want to say 300 right now. I think we can still go a bit higher, given we have Sachin on crease. So I'll definitely hope it's more than
super
300.
that.
I'll be happy with 350 though. With our bowlers, I think 350 should.
That goes for 4.
Okay.
What a
Good
good
shot.
shot.
What do you think went wrong with the middle order there when we see that Gopal, Arjun, Melvin, none of them really got some big scores? What's the problem over there?
I think very different than you, Arjun. I like to be very positive. I think it's cricket, right? Things happen. They will take on the second innings. I hope they will make up for it in the second innings. I would like to really pay attention to the positives. Raj innings, Sachin being playing really well. With Melvin, Sahir, you, I hope you guys play well in the second innings, and then be careful about your shot selection. But I don't really like dwelling on the shortcomings of my players. I'd rather be very positive about them.
Very well said.
And Samir, is it true that with some of your players, you might be dwelling on their shortcomings for quite some time if you really delved into them?
Yeah, that's me. 100%.
Speaking of shortcomings, Rob, how do you think Jack's going to play in his opening innings?
2 for that. Good shot.
I'm backing Jack to have a good opening stand with Paul. I do believe we are in for a nice slow start. I would be surprised if we got a run rate of over 2 for the first 50 overs. But I would also be surprised if we lost a wicket in the first 50 overs.
Is there any way, Arjun, we can put the comments back and try that after this over?
Let's try it right now. No, it seems like the comments for some reason are just blocked at Gopal's comment about James fielding.
Arjun, just a slightly meta question. When you're building the players on this for this match,
Okay, good question. So I can change pretty much anything about the skills and the appearance of the player. What I focused on was just the very basics. So what hand they play with, what kind of bowler they are, and I haven't focused on changing their attacking style. So if you remember, in the Corona Cup, we had Jack Ailing and Rahul Dravid hit several sixes, and that was simply because their attacking style was set to random. But it can actually be set up. You could even set up whether their favorite shots are cover drives or front foot drives, and what their weaknesses are as well. So I tweaked a little bit of it, but I didn't really spend too much time on that. What I did really was just focus on the overall score, which is a score out of 100. So if you're familiar with the way FIFA has its ranking, it's something very similar to that. And then I decided whether the player was a batsman or a bowler or an all-rounder, and then I let the system decide how to spread those numbers across them.
Oh, nice catch.
Oh, excellent, thank you.
Great reaction.
And as I finish, there's a pull shot there from Samir Rana off Sam Egan's bowling. He kind of mistimes it because it's gone straight into the hands of James Wagner at short mid-wicket. And there's a disappointing end to Samir Rana. You can see Samir Rana with his fantastic aviator glasses over there, but he wasn't able to really hit that ball out of the middle of the bat.
I'm happy playing 68 balls. I think mission completed, I think. Sachin will score a century, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and we have Aniket who's coming into the middle as well at number 10, and Sunil, of course, at 11. Aniket is no mug with the bat. He has been known to hit some big sixes. And this is Aniket's debut. And we can see Sam Egan charging in 159 kilometers an hour. Short ball once again to Aniket. Aniket smacked it. First ball of his career, actually. He smacked it all the way to the deep square leg boundary for 4. Beautiful shot. So 300 looking a little difficult, although this is fairly reminiscent of last week when Samir and Ben Thompson at that time had a late rally to see the team across the 300 score. Let's see if Samir can do the same right now. He doesn't have Ben Thompson, but he has Aniket, and Aniket is of course no mark with the bat, like we just said.
Apologies, guys. Arjun gets confused between brown people. It's Sachin, he means.
I do. I do. I often confuse Sachin, Samir, Sharath, Shaheen. They're all the same to me. Shaheen, of course, is my second wife, to those who don't know, after Samir.
I just hope Shaheen knows.
Oh, she does.
The batsman's looking a bit shaky there. Didn't play that last ball well at all.
Well bowled,
Should we
Rob.
choose similar 10?
We should, yes. So, actually, this is the end of the session. So perhaps we wait for 3 balls. That'll be the end of the second session.
I think the second session just ended, didn't it?
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'll select the team. And let us try and simulate 5 overs. Okay, I am simulating now. So the score is 239 for 8. Sachin Kapoor 14 not out, Aniket 6 not out of 2 balls. And simulate 5. So let's have a look at the scorecard. We've lost Sachin for 18 runs, and yet again clean bowled by James Preble. So we've had Gopal clean bowled by James Preble, we've had Sahir LBW by James Preble, and now Sachin clean bowled James Preble, which brings in last man Sunil, who's finally made it to the crease after all this while, and he's giving company to Aniket, who's not out on 20, and the Wolves are 257 for 9.
Rob Jordan, who are you backing here at the moment? Are you backing Preble to clean up the tail, or Bully to get his fifer?
I would like Bully to get his fifer, but I have a feeling that Preble with his loopers is gonna get someone to sky a ball. Eyes are gonna get like dinner plates.
So it's the 2 premier spinners bowling and facing each other. Let's see who comes out top. Sunil, of course, is no mug with the bat. He can play. I think he scored a 20. I think 20 or 25 being his highest score from it.
Oh, someone's had a shocker there. Really, just let the ball whistle past them.
Poor fielding there from Sam Egan, I think.
Now is the time every single run counts.
Expensive in that over. Wynnum, 9 for 200.
Do you think Aniket's gonna stick around and probably try and get his 50? Would Sunil give him company that long?
Is that a question for me?
Anyone, actually.
I don't want to say anything because normally happens the opposite, so...
Right.
He's got a fair way to go just to really get it sorted. He's sitting on 20 at the moment, so not a bad start.
That's right. Although you do know Aniket. In 3 overs, he could get to his 50. He's not one to stick around. I think you've seen 2 defensive shots from him right now. But that's probably because there's Matt Kidd, who's the opening bowler, back into the attack. I don't think he's going to wait too long, though, Aniket.
So Aniket not wearing his sun hat today. The helmet sort of really limits his flamboyance at the crease, whereas the sun hat, I think, allows him to really flourish and unfurl his most devastating strokes.
James, interesting you say that because I've heard rumours of a little bit of a rift between Aniket and Captain Samir. Aniket was almost coming out to the middle with his sun hat, but he got yelled at by Samir Rana. And one of the reasons is because Samir has Aniket's best intentions. Aniket just got married 2 months ago, and Samir wants Aniket to protect himself. And so there was a bit of a fight over there. Looks like Samir won that fight.
I think these are all rumors, Arjun. I think the fight was over like the guard because he got married. It wasn't about the helmet.
So you told him not to wear his guard, and he wanted to wear
No,
it.
I told him to wear the box guard because he doesn't wear those box guard.
Oh, as part of his flamboyance, I see.
Exactly.
So Samir, you're not denying that there's a rift in the team?
Our rift lasts for like 30 minutes
that
most.
nicely.
He's
Gets
wearing a
two.
box now,
Three
so
runs
I'm happy
added
with
in
that.
that
The
over.
safety comes first, especially when he got
Wynnum,
married.
9 for
He needs to be
262.
flamboyant, but he needs to be careful as well.
You know, for some reason, I don't see
Tried to
Sunil
drive
lasting
that, but
this over. I
mistimed.
think James has been bowling terrifically. He's gotten 3 big wickets, even though he's gone for 77. He's got
Sunil,
that
I
out
want you to
drift.
answer. I want you to answer Arjun with your bat.
It's almost gone for. Yeah, they've run 3. Can they run 4? They're going. Oh no, they've turned back. They've turned back.
Truly shocking fielding again by the Rhinos. Very typical Sunday Rhinos fielding performance.
Super shot that.
Super shot indeed.
Super
Down
shot
the
that.
wicket, Aniket. And it converts it into a full toss and smacks it all the way to the cover boundary. I've never seen anyone hit those cover drives like Aniket does. Aniket came onto the scene hitting people like some of our fastest bowlers, like Shri, I think it was, for 6s over the cover boundary. So he clearly prefers that offside. Okay. Rob, these guys are inching closer to the 300 score. Do you think they're going to get there? James is bowling though.
I would say I don't think so. I think they'll go about 280. They'll probably get
Wynnum,
before someone
9
plays a
for
steady shot.
270.
By the way, I'm happy to simulate 5 more if others are.
Rob, what do you think about Samir's decision to have Aniket, who's so good with the bat, batting all the way down at number 10?
It's a risk that I probably wouldn't have taken, but we'll have to wait and see if it pays off, because he could come in with 9 wickets down and score a 50 and make us disheartened, but we could also get Sunil, and you left Aniket stranded on 40.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go and see if we can simulate a few overs and see what happens. If I do simulate 5, I wonder if by the 71st over or 72nd over, if the Wolves are still batting in the middle. So let's see if they are. So I'm in the simulation screen right now and I'm gonna simulate and let's see what happens. Right, so both of them are still there. Aniket 35 not out, Sunil 9 not out. They didn't make too many runs. They are at 282 for 9, inching closer to that 300 score. I have a feeling that Samir is actually going to be happy with the 300 score because realistically he was looking at 600 across 2 innings, and if he gets 300, then that's a fairly good score. He has some really strong bowlers, and if he runs through the top order of Jack, Greg, James Tamplin, and the one and only Paul the Wall, then he's down to the tail because he has James Preble batting at I believe 5 or 6 against him.
That's a shout for the catch.
Yes.
So you're saying Rob is not a good batsman, Arjun?
I'll do
Oh,
it.
there we go. It should be.
Saved by the wicket over there.
Travel.
Gives the signal. We're taking this upstairs.
Hang on, is Bully the short one in?
Wow. Okay, wait. We have a review over here. So there is there was I heard a clear nick, guys. I heard a big nick, but Aniket's gone to review that.
It confirms the noise.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, big edge,
I'll
big
start
edge.
walking after seeing that.
Ball's deviated, he basically middled that.
Let's look at hotspot.
I
Big drive. Oh, I don't see anything on hotspot. I saw it for a second, but then it disappeared. The bat doesn't have anything on hotspot. Let's look at his side angle. I love the guy at Silly Midoff. I think that is Rob Jordan at Silly Midoff. Yeah, nothing on hotspot. I think this is clearly not out.
Gone. That's edged and safely taken. And with that, this
This
innings
is
has come
even
to
not
an
out
end.
because there we go. Finger's gone up.
Figure's gone up. So 282, I believe it is 283, 35 runs for Aniket at the end. Sunil remaining not out on 10 runs. We have a duck, first ball duck, golden duck for Gokul Krishna, who's batting at number 8.
Yeah. I think you sent Gokul ahead in the second innings.
Are probably set up well to take a first
Samir, what do you
innings
think
lead
about that
here.
score? 283. Are you happy with that?
Let's say I'm not satisfied, but I'm okay with it. I think I do back my bowlers. Still good position to be in. I would ideally needed another 100 runs, but you know what it is.
The
It is.
right-arm
So
fast bowler
we're gonna fight
is
for it.
coming on to bowl.
Paul Parminter looking very athletic there.
The longest run-up Sachin's ever had.
Yeah, I think Sachin doesn't seem natural in terms of run-up. You know, those small steps before the delivery kind of make the batsman confused. I'm not seeing them.
I think Sachin's playing without a mid-on. I've never seen Sachin. Oh no, he does actually have a mid-on. I was gonna say I was surprised because having a mid-on is one of Sachin's favorite positions. He feels really safe having that mid-on player as a bowler.
Well, thinking of security blanket fielding positions, Jordo, is there any particular position that you would always have just to give you that feeling of comfort?
They've got two for that.
Good
Good shot.
So I would probably always have a fine leg. I just feel like it doesn't matter if he's wide or fine, but I like someone in that area, just that movement, especially at our level.
I couldn't hear you over the sound of the Pringles.
So I'll just say again,
They've got two for
James,
Good shot.
I prefer a fine leg, just for that loosener, that one ball that just goes a little bit astray, or even a batsman who steps across. I think it's a very necessary position. That's almost going a bit out of fashion in the game. That and potentially a third man.
Good bit of third man fine leg combo, I think, particularly at this level.
Yeah, although we've seen with James Stampling's keeping behind the
That's a
wickets,
solid shot.
particularly down the leg side, perhaps a fine leg doesn't really add too much value to the team.
Paul the Wall with a lofted cover drive in the first over,
End of the over.
showing absolutely no respect to Sachin.
Wynnum, none for 8.
I'm happy with those. Like, I want them to play these shots, you know, and they will make a mistake.
The right
Yeah,
armour
completely
is the
boom
new
boom shot
bowler.
that one was. So we have Aniket Sengupta now coming into the attack. He's going to be bowling his first ball in his career for the Wolves.
Yeah,
And he's
I
bowling
think
to
the
Jack.
team doesn't listen to me. I wanted Gopal to open, but as with you, Jordan, nobody listens to me. Because I don't like Aniket opening the bowl. I think it's a waste of Aniket because I see him. He doesn't take so many wickets, but I think with the slightly old ball, he can be lethal to middle order.
I will say I agree there with Samir. I think Aniket's definitely a bowler with a bit slightly older ball is absolutely lethal.
Samir, what's your thoughts on Sunil? Because I have a feeling Sunil is really going to be a key bowler for you today. Is he going to get more than the 3 wickets that James Preble picked up today?
I'm backing Sunil and Gokul. I think you keep missing Gokul as a decent
Right.
spinner. He's a really good decent spinner. Not given enough chance though.
Good effort. 4 runs.
But what I'm surprised about Arjun is Sahib not being an off spinner in this game. That's the biggest surprise I have because he's the best spinner we have at Merton, probably one of the best spinners we have at Merton, and he has been simulated to do pace bowling here, which surprises me.
Interesting that you consider Sahir an off spinner. I would not consider him an off spinner. I'd consider him way more of a medium pacer who swings the ball inside. Rob, you faced Sahir in games before and in the nets. How would you describe Sahir's bowling?
I would probably go with you on it, Arjun, just because he has a good upright seam and gets the ball hooping a bit in the air, which you don't see from spinners.
But
So
guys,
I
you
would
have likes of Afridi, Kumble, who were quite pacey. They were spinners, so that's why they got so many wickets. That's what I think I see Sahir as. Someone like Afridi who's really sharp, but more effective.
Right. Let's see if Sahir is on the call. Sahir, I don't know if he is on the call, but maybe when he comes back we can ask him because I don't
Yep, I'm
quite
here.
see Sahir.
Sure.
Sahir, great. Sahir, do you tend to bowl finger spin, or do you tend to bowl wrist spin, or do you tend to bowl more of a swing bowling action or a seam bowling action?
I'm a seamer. It's just because people get confused because I have no run up. I have no or less run up. That's we get confused because I'm a spinner or a pacer. But I'm a mainly seamer bowler. I throw ball with the seam, and I would consider myself as a hybrid maybe between spinner and pacer, if that's a new breed of bowlers. But not spinner 100%. More of a pacer than spinner.
I think that Cricket Weekly had actually nicknamed you the Prius. You got quite a compact action hybrid between the two. It doesn't take very much to get up to speed, and really does deliver the goods.
Well done.
Very well said, James. Very well said.
But what do you think? Like someone like Afridi was a similar bowler than you, Sahir?
I think Afridi. So out of 6 balls, he bowls right. He bowls 4 balls slow and 2 balls quick. Whereas in my case, I bowl 5 balls quick and 1 ball slow. So if I see from that point of view, I think Afridi is a spinner.
But didn't Afridi also roll his fingers along the ball a lot more
That's
often?
it.
For 13.
I think that's the big one. Yeah. So I don't see Sahir rolling his fingers, neither using finger spin as an off spinner, nor using the wrist as a leg spinner. Sahir, I've kept to him many overs, and he's very clearly someone who uses the seam and also tries to swing it a bit. Whereas Afridi or even others like maybe Sana Jayasuriya, Anil Kumble, who are quick spinners, they would still use their fingers to spin the ball, and then when it hit the ground, it would turn. Whereas that's not something that we see with Sahir's bowling.
Actually, I do remember in the third test at Mumbai when you were keeping, and Jayasuriya had moved over to the Indian team from the Sri Lankan team. Really good session of keeping there. Quite tricky to keep to him, I think.
Thank you. Yeah. It's quite tough. In fact, I couldn't tell the way Jayasuriya was bowling. So luckily I had Taha next to me, so I was able to shift keeping to him, and I gave him the gloves, and then I went back to telling people how to play.
That's sound captaincy there, I feel.
I would vote to simulate after this over.
Super shot. Wonderful shot. As soon as you say that, Paul Parminter really picking up from where he left off. Yeah, he did score the only century in the last game, and so far the only century in this game as well, because there wasn't any in the first innings. And looks like he's figured out how to see off Aniket. Super batting. Okay, and
3 for 1.
with that single, that
That's a bit
is
of an expensive
4 overs
over.
done, 19 for 0. And as Samir has suggested,
Wynnum,
we're
none
going to
for
simulate 5
19.
overs. We do have Sachin continuing the attack, which means that it's a fair time to simulate. Maybe Sachin gives himself another 3 or 4 overs, so we may not have a change in bowling by the time we return. I'm now in the simulation screen and I'm going to simulate 5 at a time. So here goes. Well, I simulated 5 and no wicket so far. Paul Parmenter, 35 not out of 34 balls, and Jack
Can we have a
8
bowling
not
change,
out.
Arjun? Is it possible?
What I'm going to do is should I simulate another 5 or should I come off and do a bowling
I
change?
think come off and do a bowling change.
Okay, so let's see who it is. Well, Melvin's bowling. Should he continue or should he not? He's only bowled 1 over.
I want to bowl Sunil.
Right. Now let's see how we can do this. This is not something that Rob took advantage of. The ability to change bowlers. And it's a very good question that Samir has asked. Samir is asking how you can change bowlers. And so far you have this guy stumped.
You have to select the bowling team first.
That one's heading for the car park.
Well, looks like there's going to be an over from Melvin over here. How do you do it, Samir, you said?
I think we'll have to wait for the over.
Yeah,
I think also traditionally it takes sort of half a season really to get a bowler to really start changing. I mean, even more so if you're really going deep into their action.
That's a no ball.
Yeah, I think we should leave it the way it is.
In the delivery stride.
Melvin's reached the keeper over there.
What has happened there?
That was like me bowling.
Can you simulate the over, Arjun? Simulate the over.
Melvin.
We get chat with Dar.
Yeah, Melvin, you need to get back. Because I think you've broken everything right now, Melvin.
The question I'd have there is, how is that not a no ball?
Restart the whole game. Let's play tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I made a mistake by making Samir captain because each time he stumps me by asking me to make some changes last minute, like bowling changes, which are way more complex than both of us imagined.
That's an excuse for your technology prowess, Arjun. You don't know how to play your game.
Very, very true. I'm trying to figure out with this menu now what really I should be doing.
Can you save the game and like exit it?
Or can you declare the batting team?
I can exit the game, which I don't want to do. I haven't played the game. I haven't actually played the game. I've only been simulating for so long. Objectives, match reviews.
Go to match tactics.
I should have researched this earlier actually. Manage bowlers, what is that?
I love strolling across the pitch.
Manage bowlers. No, I think it needs to bowling selection queued. Okay, so that's how you change the bowling. But I think you need to
Finish the over first, I think.
finish the ball first. Yeah, this ball is locked. Yeah. I think you can't finish. Let's do a replay of this ball while we are at it. Yeah, Samir's been Taha and Melvin have been chatting there for quite a while. So Taha, let's look at this. There was a wide that was bowled by Melvin, and then next ball, Melvin decides to run all the way, then stop, and then restart his run up, and then bowl backwards to mid-on. And all this while, the batsman Paul Parmenter hasn't moved, and he's still taking guard. Paul Parmenter.
I think that's on purpose. These are mind games we planned before the game.
Unfortunately, they only seem to be working on Arjun at the moment.
Okay, so the good thing is the game has allowed me to save, which is good so far. I'm wondering, I want to ask you guys, how long do you want to play this game? Do you feel like we should end the first day, or do you feel like we should simulate maybe 50 overs at a time, or do you think we should stop right now?
My vote would be to simulate more overs.
Yeah, simulate some more overs, probably
Yep, I
10,
agree with that.
20 at a time.
10,
I
20
mean,
at a
what?
time.
How long has this been going on now? This is
But,
might be worth like doing the first day and then maybe pick it
yeah,
up.
simulate the first day, second day, third day.
2 hours, I think it's been. I think we began at 2 2 p.m. something like that. It's almost 4.
How many people do we have in broadcast?
We actually have Tom Allen, who's been giving us some good advice. He actually gave us the answer 4 minutes ago. None of us managed to see it, but he told us that we need to go into match tactics and bowling, which actually did not work. But okay, now we're back at Melvin. But let's get out of Melvin quickly, as quick as we can. It's a good run rate though, 9 overs 45. It's because of ball, despite Jack. So Melvin shining the ball, and what our commentators have asked for is a 10 over simulation. 45 for 0 and 9 overs. Let's see if there's a few wickets that fall. Let's stop at a wicket as well.
The captain can't choose the bowler. I'm surprised.
Well, as you guys can see on your screen, or you will see on your screen, that same over, Melvin actually got a wicket. Paul Parminter caught behind by Taha, bowled by Melvin. That's the same over. So well done for sticking with Melvin, because he got the big breakthrough.
I would rather bowl
mind games.
Oh no, we missed
That's what we're
this.
talking about.
So we missed this. We missed a fantastic bowling performance from Sahir. Sahir clean bowled Craig Gunawardena, who was promoted up the order to number 3. He used to bat at 4 or 5 actually, and Greg goes for a big duck over there. And
This is like some relation between Gokul and Greg. You know, they follow each other.
this is true. So Gokul actually
Gokul is
plays
happy now.
fewer balls. So,
I'll be right back. I'm just out in the middle.
yeah, I think we need to watch James Templin bat a bit.
But you do have a mic while playing, right, James?
course.
Like when you're batting.
Okay, let's have a
I
quick look.
usually turn it off just
see.
to try and really get into the zone, but I'll make an exception today.
Thanks, James. Melvin and Sahir, who are the 2 medium-based bowlers who've come in as first and second change bowlers, have both picked up a single wicket each. So they're going quite well. Let's look at the batting lineup again. James Templin has just come into the crease. He's yet to face his first ball. And then number 5, James Wagner, is the only other recognized batsman, after which the tail begins with James Preble at 6. So we're going to go back to the middle, and we're going to continue where we left off. Sahir Jori, one of our commentators, is bowling to James Templin, another one of our commentators.
And that's the end of another.
Just for the
very
record, I
tidy
would
over.
like to replace Melvin with Gokul or Sunil.
Good.
Do both of them here like that.
Good to know that, Samir. It's not going to happen, but good to know that.
I think you can cue the bowling change, can't you?
I can. So maybe I should do that after this. So you want Melvin out of the attack, but you want to keep Sahir on?
Yes.
Perfect example of how to play that shot.
Okay. So that means we need to let this over go by, 4 more balls of this over, and then in the next over when Sahir comes in, then we can cue Gokul after that. Tom Allen is watching, and Tom Allen apparently is an expert at this game. He says that his own career player reached a score of 98, which is very good. So Tom Allen, if you have any advice for us on our
Great
settings
fielding
that we
there.
should be
Very
changing,
accurate, long
please let us know in the
distance
comments.
They've got 2 for that. Good shot.
That was a bouncer by Melvin.
The fielders will need to chase this one.
Expensive so far, right, Melvin? 8
Moves
runs
on
in 4
to
balls.
17.
That to Jack.
I think that's why I want to have 2 spinners bowling to these guys. I think they will struggle.
Right,
want
but you only
Sunil
have
and
1
Gokul.
spinner, right? Oh,
No,
Gokul
you have
and
Gokul
Sunil.
and Sunil.
Right, okay. So do you want Sahir out of the attack?
Yeah, I'd rather go with two spinners at the moment, just
Okay,
to kind
wait.
of
So then,
get a wicket.
okay. Wait. Let's wait for this ball to end. Let's try and do this. You're making things very difficult, but let's try and do this.
Well, somebody who's an expert at the game should be able to do it.
That's a bit of an expensive over.
Match tactics.
Is Tom
Manage.
Allen in the YouTube comments or on WhatsApp?
2 for 60.
Tom Allen is dialed in on WhatsApp.
Ah, okay.
All right. So who is going to bowl the next over? Samir, who do you
It'll
want?
be Sunil plays.
Sunil, please. Okay, and then I think I can set the bowler after that. You don't want Melvin, but you want... Is it Gokul or Gopal?
Gokul is now set up as a spinner.
Gokul is super fast, apparently.
I'll give him an over anyway.
As is Raj, of course. I think Raj deserves a bowl as well. Who do you want? Was it Gokul?
Yeah. Give a couple of us a Gokul.
Okay, so I think this worked. I think Sahir is out of the attack, and handsome-looking Sunil has come into the attack. Dusra. So again, neutral team selection. So the computer's taking charge. 2 slips, 2 gullies. It looks like a very attacking field for Sunil. A lovely drift.
Plays that defensively. Good ball.
Bit of respect there, just see how we're getting on.
What's the feeling out in the middle there, James? Is it quite hostile?
4 runs there. Super shot.
It's not too bad actually. There's not been too much chirping. A lot of very friendly just conversation between myself and Arjun. Samir chipping in here and there. I'm just glad to have avoided the duck walk there.
Yeah, I would have expected a video submission of the duck walk if you'd gotten duck.
So are we expecting one from Greg?
Yes, I'm
Heart was in
expecting
my mouth there. I thought I chipped it straight to mid-off.
anyone in my team who's been found guilty of getting a duck is expected to video submit their duck walk in.
Oh, there we are, strong on the front foot.
Good comeback there, James. Press tabs.
A bit of animosity amongst the Wolves out there, chucking the cricket ball at each other.
I think it's probably Gokul chucking it at Samir because he's still unimpressed with his duck and blames Samir for it.
I don't think Gokul could have run that fast in the boundary to collect that ball. I think it might be someone else.
I think his aggression took over.
I see.
Gave him the boost.
Keeping the score ticking
Well, speaking
over.
of Gokul,
Moving forward to
Gokul, if you're watching, it is you who's coming into the attack with a huge run up over here. You can see the word Gokul emblazoned in the back of your shirt. Steaming in to James Tamplin.
I hope I brought my chest guard.
Bit of respect shown by Tamps there.
Well, you know, it's one of those days where there's plenty of time left in the match, and really what we want to do here is bat time, take some pace off the ball, really tire the bowlers out.
Samir, what is your expectation of Gokul? Do you actually want him to pick up a wicket, or do you just want him to go for less than 15 runs?
I want Gokul to kind of take a wicket.
Maybe you should have had him bowl to someone like James Preble or Rob Jordan instead.
No, I'm happy to him, but I have confidence in him.
I think it was very disrespectful towards Gokul, not backing him to take out the wickets of the recognised batsman, not the batsman who carries the team every time.
Ouch. Ouch. Jack, if you're watching, I think that was aimed at you. Well, that's a maiden over from Gokul.
End of the over, and again it's a good one.
Let's
for
watch
the
another
bowling
over from
side.
Sunil.
Thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Oh
for the
well,
second
actually it
day
looks
of
like
this test.
the first day has ended and we've restarted on a beautiful bright second morning. Sunil's already bowled the first ball, and it's Nabil
That's
first
a
ball.
Love
very
how small
confident
you made
appeal.
Jack's player model.
Big appeal,
Yes,
but
that is
no
it.
interest
So
from
what I
the
could
umpire.
also do, obviously, as you could see, was adjust players' heights, weights, faces. I spent an insane amount of time on Ben Thompson, Rob Jordan. I actually love the way Umar
shot
Ali
there.
has come out. Umar Ali's facial has come out really well.
Played that nicely. Gets 2.
Who else? Who else did I spend time on? I think these three guys: Rob, Ben, Umar. Yeah, they're the guys I spend most time on. And then some other guys I spent some time on their body appearance.
Very
Raj
nice
obviously
there
was one of
from-
them. Jack, another one of them. And Gokul, another one of them.
Played that nicely. Gets 2.
And then Sachin, Samir, Sahir, myself, we were all. It was quite difficult to actually build a model for these four
Power and
guys.
precision in that shot.
Sunil as well, Melvin, all of them were quite tough.
Yes, the muscle physics just don't really accommodate properly the true
Played that
rippling
nicely.
size of
Gets
the
2.
guns there.
Yeah, that's right. Taha, you can see Taha is quite tall at the back, and he's got his glasses on, I think, while keeping. And I don't know who's on first slip. It might be Sachin actually on first slip. I remember Sachin was quite short and slim. You can see Aniket and Taha much bigger in size than
6 runs
Sachin.
added there. Wynnum 2 for 71.
So I'm going to see if I can... actually, before simulating, do you still want Gokul after this over? Do you want to give him more than 2 overs?
Yeah, simulate 5 overs and then we change.
With Gokul?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it looks like he was just smashed for a boundary right now.
That's a good boundary.
Yeah, James Tamplin, beautiful on drive to mid-wicket. You can see a fairly big crowd actually is shown up over here at John Innes Rec to watch this game.
Oh yeah, it's all those kids who usually just walk across the middle of the pitch. They've been handcuffed to the stands there, so they've not got much option. It's actually quite good for the gate revenue.
Good, yes, because 0 into 50 is still 0. Let's simulate this. Okay, I've simulated 5 overs, and the tactic of Gokul so far has not paid off because he hasn't been able to pick up a single wicket, and neither has Sunil. So I'm going into the bowler screen and asking Samir if he would like to change bowlers.
Yes.
In
Can I have
fact,
Gopal?
it looks like Gokul was actually automatically taken off the attack by the computer. Didn't want to have him play. So Gopal and Melvin, is it?
Yes, please.
Gopal and Melvin.
Not Melvin. Sorry, not Melvin. Don't choose the bowlers. Can I have Sunil and Gopal continue, please?
The pace bowler is coming
Gopal.
into
Let's
the
watch
attack.
Gopal's first over of the game. Gopal, if you're watching on YouTube, you better watch this right now because you're coming into the attack. Rhinos are looking really strong.
I speak of YouTube. We've got a comment from Ben Thompson saying, "I've got to say, Arjun, you've done an amazing job here, and the whole commentary team really helping to scratch that cricket itch. It's great to hear."
Always lovely to hear from Ben Stokes there.
Thank you very much. I'm wondering if we should be looking at Jack Ailing's wagon wheel over here before we proceed. So it looks like Jack Ailing's favouring that tuck just behind the leg side off of his hips. He's picked up 3 twos over there and 1 to cover, and he did a straight boundary, beautiful shot straight down the ground. So his wagon wheel looks pretty good. Let's look at how the bowling has been so far for the Wolves. It looks like they've been all over the pitch when it comes to their length. Some short ones and some really, really full ones as well. And then finally, Let's actually look at the partnerships graph. So obviously the big one over there, 49 runs by Paul Commenter, of which 41 of those 49 came from Paul, and just 8 runs from Jack. But Jack has taken the lead in this partnership, scoring 27 of the 42 with James Tamplin. So he's picking up the scoring right now, is Jack. And let's resume and see Gopal Balkrishan bowling his first ball to James Tamplin.
I think it will be a wicket.
I'm praying it isn't.
Confident shot from James. Playing across the line. James, is that one of your favorite shots? It was a ball right on the middle stump, but you seemed to back yourself and you went across the line.
I think at times, even though we're in a longer form of the game, you do just have to back yourself and prevent the fielding team from really getting into a pleasant rhythm. So those cross bat heaves just build my confidence and really try and upset the opposition.
And Rob Jordan, are you still around?
Yes, I'm still around.
Good, because I wanted to ask you what you felt about your batting depth. You have James Wagner coming in at 5, who's your only other recognized batsman, because then you're down to the tail with James Preble at 6, who's been defined as a pure bowler, not a bowling all-rounder. Do you think that if a wicket falls right now, you're going to be in serious trouble?
Good shot.
Personally, no. It's a bit of a staple of the Rhinos to have a good tail wag at the end. James, I like putting James Preble up the order as a bit of a gimme, just to kind of let the bowlers feel like they're well and truly into the tail before bringing the players like myself, Matt Kidd, and Sam Egan in, who can hold the bats, and I would consider all three of us as bowling all rounders.
Jack running off like Bilbo Baggins there.
Trying to find smog in those mountains behind him.
Speaking of mountains, Gopal has just bowled his first over, and one would expect a seasoned bowler like Gopal to do really well in a game such as this. It's a bright morning over here at the John Innes Rec. Samir, what is your expectation of Gopal as we move towards the simulation period?
I think at least 2-3 wickets.
Okay, well, let's simulate 10 overs and see what Gopal can get. We have Jack Ailing and James Tamplin on the crease, and Gopal is bowling with Sunil. So let's simulate. Well, we have simulated 10 overs and we're at 31 overs right now. The score is 139 for 2. So in that 10 over spell there's been 0 wickets. James Tamplin reaching almost close to his 50. He played really well in the previous game as well. And Jack Ailing, one of the premier batsmen in this game, slowly and steadily reaching his 50 of 82 balls. So that was a good period for the Merton Rhinos as we go ahead and simulate another 10.
Just into the nervous 40s now.
Right, so we've simulated 20 overs and the Rhinos have lost a grand total of 0 wickets during those 20 overs. Jack Ailing in this second set of 10 overs has only made 12 runs. He's on 62 of 110, whereas James Tamplin has soared above him, and James Tamplin is at 78 not out of 94. Wolves and Samir, you need to do something about this.
Yeah, can I request a bowling change?
Yes, sir.
I think I need to come in and take the lead here. So can me and Sahir kind of have the ball now?
You sure about that?
I'm fully sure. I'm not going to give you an over, Arjun, if that's what you mean.
No, that is not what I mean at all. No way. So you wanted Samir. So Samir hasn't bowled yet. Let's put him as the active bowler, and he wanted Sahir. Sahir's bowled 7 overs, and he's gone for 36 at an economy of 5. So Sahir is going to be the second bowler. And you guys can see in the last column over there, the computer has decided to put Sahir and Melvin as aggressive bowlers and Aniket as a brute. I think that's actually something that I might have set up for Aniket and Samir as well. Samir is a brute. So let's see if Samir comes in with his brutal bowling. Wow, let's have a look at Samir over there, boys. Straight out of
I think it's
Bollywood.
probably quite accurate to put Zahir as an aggressive bowler. He's always targeting the stumps, really trying to just focus on the wickets there.
I see. Sorry, just quickly cut you off there, Tams. But I see Greg is in the chat. I am just letting him know that he is expected to virtually submit his duck walk. There's a runner requirement.
That's out. Rana taking their first wicket in Test cricket. I'm looking forward to how this career develops.
That's a
Oh, what a
worldie.
catch!
Fair play. You know, if I'm going to go to that, then, you know, fair play. That's a brilliant catch. The ball was there to be hit, but the fieldsman covered the ground so well.
Well, sometimes
Greg, you've got a duck walk, mate.
Let's have another look at that. So this is Melvin who's taking this fantastic catch at deep square leg. I've actually set Melvin up as a really good fielder. I did not do that for Samir as bowler, but somehow Samir with his short ball down the leg side managed to get someone as set as James Tamplin out. First ball of his test match career. So well done to Samir. He's come out with flying colours right here in the beginning. The batsmen have crossed, which means that Jack is on strike. Samir with a short ball. To which the umpire deems a wide. Probably it was above Jack's head over there.
Just reviewing my innings there, that's actually my highest ever score for Merton, so I really hope this goes on to play cricket later.
Super fielding there. Run saved for sure.
It will indeed,
Another
James.
run added, that'll
Well
be
done.
handy.
Congratulations. So James Wagner has now come into the middle. James Wagner facing his first ball to Samir. And one would like to applaud Samir for his decision to bring himself into the attack. Obviously a brutal bowling attack with Samir and Sahir bowling together.
And the batsman moves on.
I think
to
just from an
two.
opposition point of view, we'd really have to applaud him for showing such restraint in advance, just to let his other bowlers lull us into a false sense of security.
Batsman misreads that a bit. Can't get the shot away.
Wild shot from James Wagner between bat and off stump.
Quite accurate, really. It would have been a lovely cover drive if it had hit.
Good defensive shot. No way through there.
Samir, you've been quiet actually. You're the man of the moment. You've made the big decision to bring yourself in, and you got the big breakthrough off your first ball. How are you feeling?
Apologize because I've been losing a FIFA match. But yeah,
One wicket falls in that.
I think more to come.
Wynnum 3.
I would
more's not
say
playing.
Salah.
87.
You need that machine, Arjun. I said more to come.
Yeah, and I said Mo's not playing.
And Sahir would take more wickets, I think.
Right, but what do you feel about your own performance? You
runs.
picked up a crucial wicket off your first ball.
I think we needed James. We needed James to get out. I mean, I'm still not super happy in terms of I need like a couple of more wickets before I see that we are doing well.
Yeah, because they're trailing by 94 only, and they have 7 wickets in hand. So you do need a few quick wickets, and if one of them is of Jack Ayling, then that's a good one because Jack Ayling seems like he's not going to get out the way he's batting.
And I think part of this to blame is the organizer for bowling,
return from
not
the
going
deep.
through the bowling
Played
attack
that
as
nicely.
I wanted
Gets
initially with the
two.
new ball.
Okay, so guys, let's make a decision over here. How long do you want to continue this? Is there a particular time you want to stop at? Is there a particular number of overs you want to stop at?
I would
That's two
simulate
more
10
runs.
overs.
Right, what's the time now? I was thinking maybe we can go.
What is it? 4:30 now? 420,
No, it's
415.
420.
Yeah.
So what's everyone else thinking?
Yeah, I think minimum 10 overs we can simulate.
But when do you want to stop the session for today?
I can maybe go 430.
4:30. You can do 4:30. So Samir, I'm going to simulate 10 overs now, and the two bowlers that you have are yourself and Sahir.
Wynnum had a good over there. Taking the score to 3.
Right, so let's have a quick look at the score, shall we? It's 193 for 3. They're trailing by just over 90 runs in the first innings. Jack still not out on 69. A fantastic batting performance by James Tamplin, really brutal shots until his wicket from a fantastic catch by Melvin, which has brought out James Wagner. So 3 for 193. Let's see if there's a wicket that's coming up for the Wolves as we simulate 10 overs. Well, we just see a wicket again for Samir Rana. We would have wanted to see that actually, because Samir Rana through the gates of Jack Elling. Jack Elling playing an unconventional shot, definitely not something that we would expect of Jack, trying to pull a shot that was a bit full from Samir and crashed into Jack's off stump. So fantastic innings from Jack, 77. James Tamplin still the highest scorer for the Wolves, for the Rhinos at 78.
This is what I feel. I might go for a lot of runs, but I do like to take wickets.
Well done. So James Preble is into the batting attack, but let's complete the simulation of 10 overs that we'd expected and see what happens if he... Okay, so James is still in there. Let's try and do another 5 overs, and it's both the Jameses batting together. Right, and we've just lost our very own James Preble. He scores 4, which is 4 more than Greg scored and 4 more than Gokul scored. And as I simulate, you can see there's a bit of a collapse that's happening right now. Let's have a quick look at the score. Bit of a collapse indeed. Let's look at the bottom row over there, the fall of wickets. The Rhinos were looking really solid at 183 for 2. However, they lost James Tamplin and then they lost Jack, and after which at 219 they've quickly lost 2 wickets, which is both the Jameses. Aniket, who's come in and just knocked off the off stump of James Wagner, and of course Melvin getting James Preble LBW. James Preble trying to hit a reverse sweep on middle stump, cleanly LBW. So we're down really to the tail. We've got Sam Egan and Rob Jordan, although Rob had made a comment that Rob himself is used to propping up the team at the back, and Sam Egan, if I remember correctly, he scored somewhere close to 50 in the past week in the one-day game to see the Rhinos through along with Paul Parmenter. So these two are no mugs with the bat, but the Rhinos are still about 75 runs behind. So let's get back to the middle for a bit, shall we? And have a look at our very own Rob Jordan, who's going to face his first ball, and that is going to be against the opening bowler for the Wolves, Aniket Sengupta.
I really do love this tour through the menus of the game. It adds a lot of richness to the experience.
Yeah. I think Jack and James' wicket was key for us. I do hope
That goes wide.
a collapse is
The
coming.
bowler a bit
Ooh,
disappointed in the
wild
first.
slog by Rob. It's been given a wide, just over the batsman's head. Aniket's steaming in. I don't think Rob looks comfortable. I don't think Rob really wants to be there in the middle against Aniket. Rob, what are your feelings? Would you rather Samir brought back someone like Gokul into the attack against you?
I've got to say I'm not the most comfortable against short pitch bowling, so this isn't the best for me. But I also prefer a bit of speed on the ball. Just makes shot playing a little bit easier for me. I prefer that. So I'm a bit undecided, really.
Yeah, well, that's the end of a great over by
Jordan
Aniket.
is now on
A
one.
wicket of that over
Wynnum
of
stay on 6
James
for
Wagner.
221.
Melvin is continuing. Melvin's picked up 2 wickets. He's picked up James Preble.
Can we simulate?
Yep, we can simulate. We just came off simulation, Samir, but yeah, indeed, we can simulate again. I think you're very keen at simulation,
Just one run
Samir.
there, but that's handy.
I mean, it's been a bit of a two-edged sword for him. He's taken some wickets with it, but there was a nice long period of about 20 overs where we did make some progress.
Yes, so it's looking tight right now. I think it can go either way in the first innings lead. And we're going to simulate 5 overs with Melvin bowling along with Aniket. Right, so I simulated 5 overs and so far so good. No wicket fallen. Rob Jordan and Sam Egan still in there. They haven't made too many runs. They're both not out for 8 and 9. But let's simulate another 5 and see where we get. Let's look at the score again very quickly. It's 237. So they're still over 50 runs behind as we simulate another 5. Right, we've simulated another 5 and both the batsmen have faced 33 deliveries and remain not out. Rob Jordan, however, is only on 13, which is fair because he's the captain. He's the one who wants to lend some stability in the middle, while Sam Egan's been hitting the ball at the middle of the bat in the last few overs, and he's raced away to 30. We're going to simulate another 5.
Can we change bowling before that?
So things are not looking too good for Wolves right now because they've gone for 15 overs without a single wicket. And
I would like to plead to change the bowling if that's possible.
Yep, indeed. So the current 2 bowlers are Aniket and Sahir. So let's see how the captain wants to change them. Perhaps you want to bring Sachin back. He's only bowled 5.
I would like to have Sachin and Sunil bowl, please.
Sachin and Sunil, okay. Interesting choice to bring Sunil in. He is a fantastic bowler, Sunil, but he's not picked up any wickets today or yesterday. 0 for 48, I think it was, for Sunil. As we do another quick tour of the menus over here. That was quick.
I tell you what, the level of precision and control is just marvellous.
Thank you very much.
It just ties it all together nicely. Crisp, clean movements.
So Sachin, he opened the bowling yesterday. He hasn't had a chance to bowl today. It's still the old ball. We're still in the 68th over. But Sam Egan has been playing really well. He continues from where he left off last week. He did not get out last week. And he's on 42 not out here today. 43 not out, actually. He picked up 2 runs.
I'm personally very happy with this batting performance, both by Sam and myself. Kind of giving him the freedom to play his shots while I just anchored the innings a bit and stop the fall of wickets.
Yeah, so you're trailing by 2 runs. It looks likely that you're going to get the first innings lead, Rob. Are you happy overall with the way you are, or would you have expected to score closer to 400?
For the minute, I'm quite happy. We do still have 4 wickets in hands. I was hoping anywhere around 350. Anywhere around about 350 would be a good lead going into the third and fourth day.
On the back foot and pulls that.
Okay. So we're almost at the end of this session's play. Scores are level, so we'll see this over and then we'll do another over after this from Sunil before it's the end of the day. So that's well played from Sam Egan. He's safely seen that over through from Sachin. And then we move into the last over of this session. And it's Sunil who's coming into ball.
No doubt spurred on by the sound of the pressure cooker, promising him biryani at the end of the day's play.
Another run taken.
I think, Sunil, if you need a biryani, you need 2 wickets in this over.
Plays that defensively. Good ball.
So kind of backing on the
Stare
feet.
of Sunil Mudalaya.
Was that a catch?
No, bump ball. I thought it was a catch as well. I was about to say I've just praised Sam for being clever in the last over of the day, of the session. Then he goes and does that.
Couple of shots in the air, I think. So chances are happening.
So what do you reckon, Rob? Are you going to just shepherd it through to the end, or try and nick the strike for tomorrow?
No, I'll try and shepherd it through. I think that's the best plan, really. I might steal the strike on the last ball, but I'd rather.
What a ball!
I think, Rob, you should declare.
What a ball! Gets their first wicket in spectacular style.
That's
What
out.
a ball! That is one of the best balls I've seen ever in my life. That went the
That's
other
gone,
way.
Sunil.
That went the other way.
You have your biryani.
Yeah, let's have a look at this again. Off spinner's action. Pitch is good length, but that went all the way. That was a googly. And Taha picked that up as if he's keeping to Shane Warne. Fantastic work behind the stumps by Taha. He waited for Rob to move out to the crease.
Very unimpressed with my game awareness there, really.
End of the
Fantastic,
over, and
fantastic
again,
ball by
it's a good
Sunil.
one
What
for
a way
the
to end the
bowling
day.
side.
If
from
anything,
Sunil.
you're a little too eager to run off to the pavilion at the end of the day.
I'm wondering if we should just. I think we should just simulate the next few overs. I think we can get through it in the next 5-7 minutes.
Maybe just rest 10 overs and then see what
Yeah,
happens.
I think we should. I think this is looking quite interesting right now.
Let's do it. Simulate 10 overs and see where it goes.
I think I was stumped there, Cunahan. Decided to try and walk off the field before we were done.
Okay, so let's do 10 overs and see what happens. Let's look at the score. 70 overs, 285 for 7. There's a lead of about a couple of runs only. Sam Egan at 46 not out is still in there with Matt, Tom and Craig in there to give him some support. Let's simulate 10 overs. Well, that didn't last too long. Matt Cade out for a duck. 3 balls bowled by Sachin Kapoor, caught behind, just a faint nick to Taha as we do another 10 overs, and let's see if we are able to run through 10 or if the Rhinos are all out before the 10 overs. Tom Allen batting in the middle with Sam Egan, who's 49 not out. Well, as soon as I press simulate, we seem to have lost yet another wicket, and that's Tom. So Tom, yet again, caught behind by Taha, bowled by Sachin. Sachin running through the
Sachin clearing
tail.
the tail, I think.
Yeah.
You know, this is what I wanted.
Yeah, well done, Sachin. Done, Sachin. Sam Egan still on 49, so I suggest that we have a quick look at this right now. Sunil is bowling around the wicket to Sam Egan, who's on 49 not out.
Oh, it's a drop catch.
That's one of the simplest catches you get. I wonder who it was at mid-on. I think last week it was Raj at mid-on. I don't know if it was Raj again, but that was a simple catch. They needed that wicket to keep the pressure on the Rhinos with 3 or 4 quick wickets. And I think Sunil deserved that wicket as well. He's been bowling really well today.
I was Gokul, I think. Again.
You're right, actually. It seems like it might have been Gokul. Gokul with his pretty poor performance so far. I wonder why actually you were able to pick Gokul over there. Maybe someone like a Kuldeep or a Ben Thompson might have been a better choice than Gokul, but...
Other than that, I do have confidence in Gokul. I think next time I'll open the batting with Gokul and he'll show his true colours and probably score a century, I think.
Okay.
I wanted him hungry for the second innings.
I don't know if I've seen Gokul hungry ever, actually. Have you seen him hungry?
He's always hungry.
I don't know, he's always eating.
Just considering selection issues, Kuldeep, as we know, is a very destructive player, but is his lack of form and lack of practice, is that going to be a concern heading into future tests in this series?
Would be happy with that over.
Interesting question, James. That's all I can say.
Good 50 up there for Sam Egan. I'm very impressed with his batting today.
So as an organizer of this tournament, I can say actually that Kuldeep has been having some visa issues recently. I think he's stuck somewhere in the Middle East, in Dubai or in Saudi Arabia or somewhere. He hasn't been able to make it to Merton to play this game. So hopefully we can sort it out by the time the next game comes in, because you're right, he is a destructive player.
Well, I just read in the Sun last week that Kuldeep has started a different career path. Now he's a TikTok teenage sensation.
Okay, I wanted to simulate that, but then that was a good comment, and I wanted to let you continue with that.
So good, in fact, it put the bowler off.
Right, let's simulate this and let's see if we run through this last wicket before the end of 5 overs. So Sachin Kapoor bowling to the new batsman, number 11, Craig Bull. No wicket so far, so let's do another 5. Interestingly enough, there seems to be a bit of a tail wag over here. 10 overs at the end have been simulated. Craig Bull still in there, 22 not out. I wonder why he's batting so low if he could bat so well. And Sam Egan, of course, really building a strong partnership with everyone off the bottom 4, 58 not out. So he's faced 99 deliveries so far, 323 for 9. So they're picking up a very decent lead, are the Rhinos. So I have indeed simulated 20 overs right now, and we still haven't seen a wicket.
Does it require a bowling change?
When I went to the final simulation, so just at the end of it, we've seen the fall of Sam Egan's wicket over here. Craig Bull not out. Craig Bull looking quite tall and handsome over here, tall, dark, and handsome, all three of them. So before we end for the day, let's have a quick look at the scorecard, and then we can take some comments from both the captains. But 353 all out are the Rhinos. That's a lead of, I think it's about 70 runs, which is a very, very substantial lead. Good performance in there by 3 batsmen in particular, Jack, James Tamplin and Sam Egan, all of whom managed to get into the 70s. 5 dismissals behind the wickets for Taha. That's some good glove work over there. 4 catches and a stumping, which was off a fantastic ball from Sunil. I think that was a highlight of the day, was Sunil's wicket of Rob. It was a very good one. And of course you can see right at the bottom, Craig Bull not out of 37 of 65 balls. And I think that's the one that really allowed the Rhinos to get that lead of 70 runs. Otherwise, they would have been closer to 30 or 20 runs even, which would have made this a much more even contest. So 70 runs lead. Let's hear first from the Wolves captain, Samir Rana. Samir, what are your thoughts at the end of the first innings of both teams?
Can't say I'm super pleased, but I still have the confidence. I think, just to follow the credit is to you, I think Rhinos batted really, really well. What hurt us was Sam Egan and Craig Bull at the end. But yeah, some important lessons learned in batting order and bowling order. If I can just plead to the organizer, I can choose the batting and bowling order again. I think there are a lot of insights there, and I know how to use the players well now. So I think I'm still confident. I think fair play. Rhinos played really well, but yeah, I'm still confident to win this one.
Samir, just to build on that, really, just looking at the figures there, you only bowled yourself, I think it was between 8 and 12 overs, but had produced the goods. What would you say to accusations that you're under-bowling yourself?
That would be true, James. I think I did underbowl myself because I was hoping for others to pick the wickets. But in the second innings, I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to bowl myself more and probably move Gokul up the order without giving him a bowl. I think he wanted 2 overs, he got the 2 overs, but it didn't really do any magic. So yeah, I think there will be some changes. Expect some significant changes in the second innings.
Okay, over to you, Rob. What are your thoughts at the end of this second day?
I've got to say I'm very, very happy with the way things have been going. It was kind of everything's gone to the plan that I had in mind coming into this. Wanted to keep them to under 300 and get the 350, get the nice lead up, which is all gone according to plan. Props there to Tamplin, Ayling, and Egan. All 3 of them batted fantastically. Really stuck to the guns. Paul a little bit unlucky to fail just before 50. But overall, I'm very, very happy with it. Big shout out goes to Craig Bull. Good runs at the end of the innings, and 4 wickets in the first in the bowling department as well. So, man of the match for me so far. It's been absolutely fantastic.
Okay, well done. And before we leave, there's a fan question over here from someone named Gopal Krishnan. He has a question for Samir Rana, which is, Samir, why do you still keep Gokul? He feels like you should be dropping Gokul.
Basically for the tea.
Basically
for the tea. He's the one who gets the tea from Hansla, so we can't really miss him. We need to have him in the team for the guys to get some biryani and well-deserved food. So that will be my answer, Gopal. It's basically for the tea.
Right, and you can see Gokul's, he got out the first ball, so he went back probably to get his tea right after, and he bowled 2 overs, and we don't really see Gokul bowling 2 overs, and he's only bowled 2 out of probably, I don't know how many overs, this is over 100 probably. Do you feel like Gokul might open the bowling in the second innings against Jack?
I think he'll open the batting for sure. Bowling, I'm not sure. I think bowling, I need to take more control over the people who bowl first. I didn't want Aniket to start, but he did start because, as Rob mentioned, the captain doesn't have much control over the players in this game format. But I'll try to do that for the next second innings.
Got it. James Tamplin, any final words from you before we say goodbye?
Oh no, I think it's been a truly gripping first innings from both teams, and as you've highlighted, Craig Bull, he's almost actually in credit on his bowling figures. Scored 37 with the bat and only conceded 38 runs in his bowling in the first innings. So I'm really interested to see how well he goes in the second half, and good luck to both teams.
Well done. Okay. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. That's a wrap from here. All of us are here in the middle. 70 runs is the lead for the Rhinos, and we're going to convene again tomorrow to see how this game plays out. So, have a good day, boys.
Stay safe.